last time, you guys just barely made it back to the secret crew camp. Tom was heavily injured and in a fever state, basically just drunk out of his mind. It was pretty crazy. Gil and Ahi, you were also both injured, but were able to make your way back without too much difficulty. It did still take a couple days, but in that amount of time, you also had taken that day to sleep inside the hole. So you guys have been gone for getting close to a week. It's been a little over 5 days since you guys originally left the secret camp. So when you get back and you got in that elevator, you rode up and all of you immediately passed out from the curse. You don't know how long yet, but you guys are kind of going in and out of consciousness. Kind of get just glimpses of what's going on. Basically, just Maruk is taking care of you guys, and you have those artifacts that have the healing properties. You can tell that the wounds themselves, even though they weren't insanely severe, the fact that they went mostly, I mean, you guys did your best to do in-field first aid, but you didn't have any actually real first aid for about 3 days. The wounds got a little bit gross. It's still nothing life-threatening, so it's taking a little bit to heal. So,
hey Maruk, while Tom's unconscious, just use his metal arm. He's not using it right now.
Did you say his middle arm?
His metal arm.
Oh, his metal. Wait.
I don't have a metal arm.
Jax from Mortal Kombat.
The backpack thing that you have.
Oh, shit.
It's a callback to last episode. Gosh, did no one listen?
I thought you said his middle arm, and I'm like, what are you implying, Gil?
His nipples.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. I mean, just for treatment purposes, because Tom, got slashed, around his back. She had to take off the backpack, so we'll say that she is taking advantage of it while she can.
Is my backpack still loyal to me when it's not on my body?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not... obviously, it's attached to Maruk right now, so it's doing her stuff. It doesn't have, loyalties or allegiances. It's just controlled by the wearer.
Well,
as long as the inhibitor chip is in place, you control them instead of them controlling you.
Yeah.
I was trying to make a reference like that, but I just couldn't think of one. I was imagining Tom just talking to the arm.
Gil and Ahi, you guys do kind of come to. Your wounds aren't completely healed yet. Tom, you're still unconscious, and Maruk is just kind of chilling there reading a book. Is there anything that you want to ask of her? You can tell that you guys are definitely going to go back to sleep pretty soon afterwards, but I just want to give you a chance to say anything while you're conscious for a bit.
Maruk, where are
Tom,
my goggles?
You're still unconscious, Tom.
God damn it.
Hey Maruk, I know we were pretty banged up. Did you check us out? Notice if there's anything else weird about us?
I gotta say, guys, it's been kind of crazy. You've been here for about a day now, and especially after I started putting the healing artifacts on you, you guys are looking pretty fit. I don't know what it is, but it seems like you're...
How close is Gil's bed to Ahi's? Is it within high five range?
Yes, it is. You guys are side by side.
She reaches all the way out for a high five.
He clinks his metal fist against your hand.
And she goes on and says, yeah, it's like your muscles have actually kind of swelled up a little bit. I don't know. It almost seems like you guys maybe have even gotten very slightly taller. I can't really say for sure, but you guys both look maybe half an inch taller than you were before. I know it's not much, but what did you guys do out there?
Deadlift.
I mean, we did have some jerky that was probably pretty high in protein.
That must have been some pretty good jerky. And I gotta say, Tom here, overall comparatively, he's probably grown at least an inch from before. He's looking pretty good for a 15-year-old. Jeez.
Hey, 15 is that's still pretty young, Maruk, all right? Let's take a chill pill.
What? I'm not hitting on him. I'm just astounded. God, get your mind out of the gutter, Gil. Jeez.
Let's just say we found something big that might be a big help to all the Delvers down here. So I think we should talk to Ozen about it. But
okay, yeah, I'll make sure. You guys still definitely need some more rest. You're not quite all the way healed up. Those were some pretty nasty scratches you guys had on your sides. I'm surprised you guys didn't really come down with any infections and stuff like that. It looks like you might have if you were out there for any longer than you were. Tom is a little bit worse for the wear. It looks like his got slightly infected, but I think he's gonna pull out okay.
I mean, partly thanks to that serum you gave us on the way out of here. Came in handy.
Yeah, you actually managed to use it? It worked?
I think we drank all of it, right?
Was there any doubt that it was going to work, Maruk?
That was the general serum that I gave you, so, I mean, if something weird have gotten a hold of you, it's not going to work on everything.
It brought us back.
Well, that's good. Okay, well, you guys get your rest now. I'll be just sitting here if you need anything, but I imagine it'll probably take at least another couple days for you guys to be fully up and running again. For Tom, it might be a little bit longer.
All right, well, wake me up when Ozen's ready to talk.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so you guys go back to sleep, right? No fighting to get around or anything?
No.
No
Okay.
tomfoolery. No.
Well, you guys drift off back to sleep. Tom, you do not wake up at any specific point in time until eventually you guys can tell it's probably been another half day or so. Gil, you're the first one to be awoken, and you can feel yourself being shaken awake. When you open your eyes, you see Maruk over top of you, looking a little bit worried. The first thing that you notice is that it is almost pitch black inside of this room right now.
What was the normal light source situation in the room before?
The glowstones. In the secret camp, they primarily use glowstones pretty much everywhere that are inlaid into the walls. They kind of give a baseline light level. They do have, the brighter ones that they keep in headlamps and stuff. And occasionally they'll actually have fire lanterns, depending on where they are. But it's pretty much typically always the glowstones. And Maruk goes to shake up Ahi as well. Ahi, you get roused awake. Tom, you're still slightly unconscious, and Gil and Ahi, you both are not up to 100% yet. So, you guys had 4 stress before, right?
Yeah.
Bring that down to
Maruk,
2.
What the fuck is happening?
Bring your stress down to 2 for now.
Gotcha.
Morgan, you were at 5, right?
Yes, 5.
Okay. For now, just bring that down to 3.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Ian.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, look back and forth between Gil and Maruk and be like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it so dark?
Maruk pipes up and says, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, guys, but all of a sudden it seems like all the glowstones just stopped functioning. From what I can tell, the healing artifacts that I put on you, they seem to have stopped doing anything right now. I'm not really sure what's going on, but let me go try and wake Tom up real quick as well. And she goes over and shakes you awake, Tom. And you do manage to get up, but oh boy, you're pretty drowsy right now. Is there anything you immediately say when you get shaken awake?
Where's my spaghetti? What?
I was expecting nothing else. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I was dreaming about flying spaghetti birds. What's going on? Where are we? What?
It's okay, Tom. I'm not entirely sure what's happening myself, but I'm a little worried because I've never really seen anything like this before. But it looks like all the lights have suddenly gone out, all the glowstones, and your healing artifacts seem to have stopped doing something. It's only been going on for a couple minutes now, but I don't know. Before I go exploring anywhere, I kind of want to get you guys up just in case something bad is happening.
You try turning them off and turning them back on again.
Well, they are glowing rocks, so they don't exactly have an on-off switch, but
Have you squeezed them real good? I want to do a lore check to try to remember like what could possibly make glowstones just stop working.
He already knows. This is the work of artifacts.
if you want to go for a lore check, yeah, go for it.
Like try to narrow it down. I got a 5.
Okay. Is there anything that like for like situationally like that would give you a better idea of why glowstone specifically?
I mean, having used them a few times, on various adventures and, read about them, I feel like I have like experience knowledge.
Yeah.
But as
You've
for
used
like
them.
weirdness, like a weird situation like this, I feel like I wouldn't have experience, but
Yeah.
I did get a 5.
Yeah, so that's your baseline lore stat plus the roll. The situation would be like your experience with glowstones specifically, you know what I mean? Which you do have a fair amount with. Like, I mean, you use them all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So with that, you are confident that this is something that you've never seen before and something that you have never really even heard of before. Like, glowstones in their nature pretty much last forever. That's like, they don't emit a whole lot of light, but they seem to do that pretty much indefinitely. This is definitely something very strange, especially the fact that all of them are currently out right now.
There's something weird in the neighborhood.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Marug, where's all our stuff?
Well, I've actually kept pretty much everything right here with you. It's pretty much just like your backpacks are essentially just like, in the beds next to you, but of course she
in
like
the beds.
sorry. Yeah. Sitting next to the beds. Oh god, you got Ahi, you would just be fucking cradling your backpack full of artifacts.
Yeah,
He
that
is
feels
now,
right.
now that something's going down.
Yeah, I'm gonna strap on the Salisbury shield to my wrist and try to like extend it.
Okay. When you put on your on the shield and you try and extend it, the weird thing is that nothing happens.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
no.
Tom's gonna reach for his goggles on top of his head where they usually rest.
Yep.
Are they there?
They are not on your head, but they are on the table right next to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab them and slap them on. Oh boy, do I get a power up?
So one thing I do actually, I'm curious about Tom. Does he have naturally bad eyesight at all?
I feel like no. Let's not go too hard with the Rico thing.
I mean, Rico doesn't either.
No, you're right. She just got headaches. No, I think he has perfectly fine eyesight. He just wants, like, he feels better with the goggles on because they give him a bonus.
Gotcha. Yeah. So when you put the goggles on, it basically just looks like you're looking through them normally, but if you try to like adjust the dials to get like the zoom in or microscope or even the new night vision feature that Maruk just added, which would be oh so handy right now, none of that seems to be working.
So, like, usually when I wear my goggles, it's like Tony Stark has perfectly fine vision, but when he wears his little Iron Man helmet, like, he has extra shit going on. That's what I imagine the goggles are like, but obviously that does not apply right now, so thanks for nothing.
He looks over at Gil trying his thing out and looks over at Tom. Tom, any luck?
I squint really hard, trying to see if it works, but it just looks like I'm squinting at you, like really pissed off.
All right, Ahi would like to test an artifact with more of like a passive effect. She'll prick herself in the finger with the Blade of Agony to see if it feels like a normal prick or like a agonizing prick.
Right, yeah. You prick yourself, and it feels like you being pricked with a knife, but none of that agonizing sensation comes over you.
How bizarre, how bizarre.
Maruk, where's Ozen?
As far as I know, right now she's just up in her quarters at the top of the secret camp. But Jiro actually hasn't come back yet from his expedition. And let me make sure I fucking pronounce these names right.
It's Jangus and Bango.
Yeah, so it's Zappo, Yelme, and Simred are the 3 cave raiders that are with you. Yelme is the young guy, Zappo is the old guy, Simred is the middle guy, and the one that helped you out with the elevator going up and down, Gil, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Cool. Marut goes on and says, Yelme and Zappo are actually out of the camp right now on just going for a supply run. Simred should be somewhere around here as well. Yeah, I guess we could go try to find Ozen right now. And she seems to be lost in thought for a second and starts putting 2 and 2 together and immediately has a pretty fucking worried look on her face.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about something that could be happening.
Hey, go find Ozen. We'll come up and meet you up there in her quarters. All right?
Okay. Do you want to split up? I mean, I guess I can go on my own.
I mean, you won't wait for us to get ready. We all go up together. I don't know if I want you to watch Tom getting dressed.
Oh boy, but Ahi doesn't matter.
Tom says, "Am I not dressed?" And I lift the blankets. Am I in a hospital gown?
Maruk's not trying to fuck Ahi.
You don't know that.
Yeah. How dare you?
She's 7 years older than you, but you know. Also, Tom, you probably didn't even really notice until just now, but you look at yourself and all of a sudden you just got the fucking Spider-Man treatment. You now look like a fucking a young and spry Tom Holland-esque figure now. You're
Really?
looking.
Yes, that's
You're
all
not
I've
going to give
ever
him the
wanted
Tobey
to be.
Maguire?
All of a sudden, I'm 32 years old. When I cry, it's just the worst thing to look at. But am I wearing clothes, though?
Yeah, yes, you are wearing clothes.
Okay, that's important.
The part on your back is obviously had the healing artifact on it and was exposed, but you're wearing fucking pants and stuff.
I'm wearing my long toms.
Yes. Monster.
All right, let's go try to find Simred on the way and get up to Ozen.
Well, now that you mention it, you know what? You guys get dressed. I'm gonna hurry that way. Okay. Sorry, I'm just a little bit worried. I'll see you guys in a bit. And she runs off.
As I pull on my pants and my shirt and stuff, I'm gonna ask the other 2. Wait, so did Jiro never come back from his part of the map filling in quest?
I guess not. I mean, we don't really know much more than you. We were only up for a little while.
That's upsetting. Okay.
I mean, I assumed he was going to cover way more ground than we were anyway.
Yeah, that was actually it. You guys did notice that the area that he was going to versus the area that you guys were going to as far as what was filled in on the map. His was quite a bit larger than yours.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Hey, just a quick aside, I know it wouldn't matter right now because our shit's not working, but would our map update as Jiro was updating his thing, or do they have to sync?
That's a very good question. They do have to sync. They
Okay.
do not transfer wirelessly or whatever.
Gotcha. I mean, Jiro can handle himself. Let's just find Ozen and figure out what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get dressed and put on my little backpack and all and get ready for action.
Hey, y'all okay? I mean, no, we're not fully shipshape right now, and we went through a lot recently.
At least we look good as fuck.
Hell yeah, we do.
She says as she winces, putting on her jacket.
Hey, how did those frog legs feel, Ahi?
They feel like shit right now. They aren't doing anything.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. You know how you press the button and they lock down to your skin essentially, and
Are they all loose and
yes
gross now?
yeah, they're basically just hanging loosely there.
Well, she's gonna keep them on just in case.
Yeah, I'm imagining alligator skin leggings, but now they're all loose and saggy and gross.
Beautiful. It's a good image right there.
once again, it's just like Ahi's legs are Iggy Pop's torso.
Gross.
All right, well, while you guys are getting suited up, I'm actually going to transfer on Roll20 you guys over to a new page.
Ah.
This is the Secret Camp. All the levels laid out for you.
Whoa.
The bottommost circle is actually the bottom of the Secret Camp now, and everyone going up is is a floor above it. On the 5th floor and the 4th floor, the part that juts out on the bottom is where the elevator actually is. On the 4th floor, that's actually where like the main greeting area is, so that's where the elevator actually goes. On the 5th floor, where Ozen's office is, that's where the elevator mechanism is, the thing that like hangs above that like pulls it up and down.
So Ozen's office is on the 5th level?
Yep. You guys are currently on the 3rd level in the medical bay right now. There are windows in this room, and you're getting a faint bit of light coming through. And so you can see a little bit in here, but like just looking into the hallway, like it's pretty much pitch black, like in the center parts of it.
Also to the left of records, is that supposed to be stairs?
Yes, the arrows going up are stairs going up, the arrows going down are stairs going down. Cool. Also, on the 3rd layer, the outer ring is the balcony. There's a balcony around the 3rd floor, so that part is actually outside.
Oh, okay, I was wondering about that.
Yep. And on the 5th floor, everything is outside there. The stairs going up actually just pretty much come out of like the wood of the tree. Ozen's office is like the trunk of the tree. So like the open area part of it, you'd be walking on, it's still wood, but you are quite literally outside at that point.
Is the medical bay, does it have like just normal first aid medical kind of supplies all in here?
Yeah, in addition to like the crazy artifact healing stuff, it also does just have like basic first aid things like bandages and like alcohol and stuff like that.
All right, I'm going to wrap my metal fist in bandages and soak it in alcohol and then light it on fire.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
No.
God,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, that actually is pretty rad. You guys now have a good source of light, albeit it's not crazy bright. Like compared to what you guys are used to around here, you're not going to be able to like inside the Secret Camp. That probably won't let you see all the way from one end of the hall to the other, but it will it's going to light up a pretty good amount around you. At least when you guys are in a room, you could probably see pretty much the entire room.
I also have my helmet with my glowstone, right?
Yeah,
Or
why
no,
don't you try that
the
out?
glowstones aren't working. Fuck. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Okay.
Ahi reaches for her sunstone and then gets really sad when she's like halfway to reaching towards it, and then I don't know,
JK.
tries to get a torch or something.
Sure, you don't want to give it a squeeze just to see?
You know
She
what?
squeezes it a little bit just for old time's sake.
It glows with nothing.
Oh,
It glows in the shimmer of the fire being emitted by Gil's fucking fist.
mm-hmm.
I do have written down that Maruk has upgraded my goggles to have night vision.
He already said that shit don't work.
I know.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Man, that
All
would
right.
be so useful
Yeah,
right
Why
now.
don't y'all whip yourself up some torches and let's get up to Ozen's office.
Let me just be sure I check my backpack. Everything is in fact in there, right? I haven't been robbed.
Nope, everything's in there.
Okay, I'd feel real silly if we got in combat and my little busy bug wasn't there.
Well, you know that shit's not gonna work either. Does this room have any lanterns just on the wall, ready to grab? Convenient.
Not here, not in the medical bay. You might be able to find something like that in the supplies. In floor 4, artifact processing and artifact storage, that's where anything related to tools and like weapons and stuff, it's not necessarily just artifacts, but stuff like that as well.
Damn. All right, well, she'll have to go without for a minute.
I would like to go straight down to the telescope and see what's going on outside of here.
We should get some torches first, though. So you don't have to
Yeah.
bumble there in the dark.
Okay, I'll just grab some gauze and alcohol and hold it in my little Doc Ock hand.
I just look at both of their improvised torches. Guys, they have torches just one stair up. Look, you just go down the hallway and it's like right there.
Also, how's your Doc Ock hand holding the torch?
It's just gauze on fire in a little metal Doc Ock hand.
When you put on your backpack, obviously the metal arm is still there, but it's just hanging limply off to the side.
Damn. Alright, let's go check out the the torch room. Ahi, lead the way.
Why don't you lead the way, Mr. Torch?
No, I can't.
All right, then Torch Senior, why don't you lead the way?
All right, I think we should just go straight up to Ozen. Figure out what the fuck's going on.
With just a quick detour for torches.
I mean, we'll probably find them in the hallway or some shit.
Do we find them in the hallway or some shit on our way up?
They are not in the hallway, but if you would like to, you can go up and take a look in the artifact processing and storage room to see if you find anything like that.
If only you could have just made one with the supplies we had on hand where we started.
The medical supplies that just burn up to get a torch for 2 minutes? Tisk. All right,
I wasn't going to address
away.
that and just hope that Potter let it go.
Oh no, I was keeping track of how long it's been realistically.
All right, I sprint away into artifact storage and I get 6 torches.
I never said there were torches in there.
Oh my god, you said there would be.
No, I'm just playing around. So let me just, as far as the gauze and alcohol, that would probably last for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but definitely long enough for you guys to get up there. But you can't dilly-dally too long before that shit burns up.
All right. Any proper oil lanterns?
You guys get up there, and yes, there are a couple, I'm going to say specifically 2 lanterns that are in there that are oil-based and not artifact-based. I know we definitely have not touched on this room before. A lot of this map is kind of just inspired by, what pictures I could get of it, from the show. And I also got a little bit of inspiration from the Mine and Abyss server. So it's loosely based on that stuff. But the reason I say that is because it hasn't come up before, and I know Ahi probably would have gone apeshit ballistic to go see the fucking artifact processing room. But yeah, basically the description of this place is that this is where any cave raiders that are coming through and wanting to drop stuff off, maybe if they're coming back up to the second layer just to go back down again as maybe they found something cool in the third layer and just want to drop it off before they want to go back down just to make sure that it gets somewhere. Or if it's stuff that they don't know what exactly it is yet and they don't want to go all the way back up to the surface. So there's just a myriad of random artifacts that are kind of strewn about here.
All right, is there enough light sources for each of us to have one in our hand and then a backup in our pack?
There are 2 oil lanterns.
That's it?
In this room here, yes.
Oh my god.
This is not something that they normally have to worry about. Typically, this entire place is lit up by glowstones, and glowstones are not something that ever go out. So it's not something that they typically have to worry about. They do take lanterns on them when they go delving, but even then, it's not quite as common because glowstones. So
fair enough.
Yep.
All right, I hate to ask, but can y'all 2 carry those?
For sure.
So I will say, as you guys were going up the stairs, you passed by laundry and records along the way. Did you want to peek in there at all?
I mean, we'd definitely be peeking to look for Simret or Marip.
Have we been given a tour of this place? Have we seen these rooms before?
Yes. So I know, you as players have not seen this before, but your characters will be very familiar with the layout of this place.
Can we do something akin to a memory check to remember if there's extra torches or lanterns or braziers?
Okay, out of character, you were Fixating way too much on these fucking torches, Ian.
So sure that Nick Potter's going to try to fuck us.
We have 2 lanterns. That's enough for now.
We're going to fall into the abyss without lanterns. All right. We head up with our 2 lanterns.
In every room that we pass, just a cursory glance if anything's out of the ordinary. I highly doubt anything's askew in the laundry room, but you know.
You glance into the laundry room, and there's a 6-foot black serpent in there that immediately kills all of you. No.
Fuck.
No, there's...
Sick, we don't have to play anymore.
There's nothing in either of them. They are as they have always been, except darker.
All right. Up to Ozen's office. We peep our creeping heads in just to...
I want to check out the telescopes.
But why?
Alright, I'll stick with the group. But I feel like we should check out the telescopes. Looking longingly down the stairs.
Let's just make sure everyone's safe and accounted for, then we can check it out.
Okay, fair.
Another thing, I'm not going to ask you guys to make passive perception checks. I'm basically just going off of what your guys' perception is. And whenever I think that there needs to be a perception roll, I'm going to do it on my own. And based on the roll, I'm going to, go off of that. There's a reason I'm not pointing out, do a roll for me, because that really, really breaks immersion.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's kind of important for what's going on here. So, as you guys round the corner out of artifact processing, what order are you guys going in now? So, Tom and Ahi, you have the gas lanterns. What order are you guys walking around in?
I feel like I would be bringing up the rear because I wanted to go downstairs, so I'd just be naturally hanging back.
All right. Ahi will be the lookout in front.
It's a gill sandwich.
Daddy Gill in the middle.
As you take a left out of artifact processing and are going towards the stairs, Tom, you swear that you just heard the slightest rustling behind you from kind of around where the elevator is. And when you turn around to look at it, it's kind of hard to tell in the darkness, but it seems like you might have seen some movement, but before you can even comprehend what might be going on, there's nothing there.
Guys, be on alert. I think there's something weird going on, which, okay, obvious, but be on alert.
Do you notice something?
I felt a strange rustling, a disturbance in the force.
His eyes are practically bugging out of her head with full-on noidedness.
I feel like Tom's are also underneath his goggles, which he knows are doing jack shit right now, but wearing them anyway.
Shit, we should probably check it out, right?
We should probably get to Ozen's office. Ozen will protect us.
Yeah, if there's something following us, it's gonna follow us upstairs, right? We might as well just keep going.
I just don't want nothing to get the jump on us, so keep an eye out.
I don't know. I'm gonna be back to back with Ahi, one hand holding the back of her shirt while walking backwards. Like the little caboose of the train.
Okay, cool. So, but you guys
Everybody
are still
hold
heading.
Hands.
Yeah, you guys are still heading up towards Ozen's office now.
I wouldn't ever dare hold Ahi's hand.
Well, it's good because Gil's in the middle. So.
Yeah, so we would each take one of Gil's hands.
Shoot, you're right. Okay, I hold Gil's hand.
The real question is who gets Gil's metal fist and who gets his real hand?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the real hand.
Ahi, you get the fist.
The fist that's probably really, really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold that comforting leathery hand. Holding on to my papa's armchair.
Jesus. Well, you guys go up the hallway. The gas lanterns are providing definitely a way more stable light source than the flickering pseudo torch that Gil had, and with them together, you guys have pretty good sight lines of everything around you at this point. You can tell that even from one edge of the seeker camp to the other, if someone was standing in the hallway on the other side, you may not have a perfect, like you might not necessarily be able to tell like who exactly they are, but you'd definitely be able to see like silhouettes and stuff like that. So
And Tom and Ahi, every time they enter a room, they're doing like sick ass, like pointing at their eyes, pointing ahead, like tactically turning corners.
Keepers darting left and right.
Dark Souls rolling up to a corner, peeking around the corner. Doing the third-person shooter thing where you tap triangle and smack up against a wall.
What do we see?
As you guys round the corner to take a left to go to where the stairs are, Ahi, you are in front, and right as you guys are about to go up the stairs, pretty much as soon as you're getting to that point, Ahi, you hear what sounds to be like just a quick little like metal tap sound, almost like metal hitting the ground somewhere downstairs, but it is incredibly faint. And then you don't hear anything again.
I have the party hold up for just a second. She listens for it again.
Now with you alert, you strain hard to hear it. You can just barely make out what sounds like maybe just like oscillating, but it's like incredibly faint.
You guys hear that?
No, what do you hear?
Like a little click-clacking noise coming from downstairs.
Like the normal click-clack or an ominous click-clack?
I don't know. I don't have the clarity of mind to view anything as non-ominous right now.
That's fair.
All right.
Well, I
Do
guess...
we still make a beeline for Ozen before we figure this shit out?
Yes.
Yeah, we might as well keep going. Rather than be trapped between floors, we might as well be at the top.
We keep going.
Make haste up there.
You guys go up the stairs, eventually get out onto the landing. So you guys are essentially outside at this point. Ozen's office, you can actually see her door is just open right now.
Tom and Ahi still do the pincher move as they enter rooms.
Keep in mind that you're just outside right now, and the only door left is Ozen's office.
But we're still going to enter it extremely cautiously.
Yeah. Okay. So the door is wide open. You guys get up to it and look inside. So the layout of the office, you guys are familiar with this place.
Oh, like shit. Does it still have a big hole in it?
So, yeah, it has been patched up. It is certainly not part of the tree anymore, but there is, when you look inside, there is a substantial amount of, barricading done. It's still not, a completely finished job. It has not been, a completely plastered up wall that has been put in there, but there is, decently good just boarding up with lumber, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, it is not a hole anymore, but it is definitely not a fully permanent fix. So, you guys will have only been in the office part of it, which is the main room in here. That's where, from the show, that's where the big fucking white cube is that made Rico not die or whatever. And where you guys fought the bandits. There is, in the back, a staircase up that goes to her actual living quarters, where her bed and stuff is. When you glance into her office, it's empty. There's nothing here. As in no people, but it's in, normal condition.
What the fuck? How long ago did Maruk leave our room to, head up to Ozen's?
I'd say she probably got, a 5-minute head start on you.
Does it seem reasonable that she would have gotten all the way up here and then back down past us in 5 minutes without us noticing?
Probably not all the way up and back down, but she definitely could have reached the office in that time.
Guys, where the fuck is Maruk?
Let's just check Ozen's living quarters. There's no one down here. No use staying here.
That's her private space.
I think we got bigger fish to fry right now.
Well, I guess we could just snoop around for a little bit if you insist, if you really want to, if it's really your idea.
I'll take the blame. Let's just get a move on.
You guys start heading up the staircase into her private quarters. Is the order the same? Here first, then Gil, then Tom?
No. She will.
That's why I asked. I
Wait a
figured you
minute.
would change that.
Wait a minute.
I mean, not if it's Ozen's personal space. Tom, please lead the way. She's a big fan of you.
Is she though?
Let's find out. You can go first.
All right. I'll be brave, and I puff up my chest a little bit, still holding Gil's hand, and walk in.
Are you guys making any obvious noise as you come up?
I feel like as paranoid as we are, we'd be, half sneaking at least. Feel free to weigh in.
Yeah, I agree with that. We don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Okay, so if you're trying to be sneaky, I want you guys to roll stealth.
Subtlety.
Subtlety, that's right, yep.
First roll of the game.
Yeah, buddy. So, Gil got a 4, Tom got a 3, and Ahi got a -2. As you guys are walking up the stairs, Ahi, you said you're in the back, right?
Yeah, she'd be in the back now.
Cool. As you're going up, obviously it's just walking upstairs, so even with a really shitty roll, you're obviously not going to be making that much noise, but on one of the steps, you accidentally, when you're, lifting your foot up to, go to the next step, you accidentally, catch your toe on the previous stair just a little bit, so there's, just the tiniest of a stumble, so a little, just a kind of a hard footfall, and that's it.
Yeah.
Let's say that's halfway up the stairs. Gil and Tom notice that. Do you guys just keep going?
Might as well.
Yeah, no turning back now.
Tom, give me an athletics roll.
Athletics, you say?
Yes.
I got a 3.
Right as you round the corner that goes into Ozen's quarters, pretty much right as you cross the threshold of the door, you get immediately pinned against the wall and you feel a sharp blade up against your neck. And you look over and you feel that grip relax against you very quick because it is Maruk that is there. Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. I heard something coming up the stairs and I was just kind of on edge right now.
Did you just swear?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a little bit stressed right now. I don't know if you guys should come in here yet. And you hear a voice from the back and says, "It's all right, Maruk. Just, you can let them come in." If you guys walk around the corner just then, this is Ozen's private quarters. There's not much here except a very large bed that has a big fur blanket on it and a desk in the corner with just a journal right there and just some knickknacks kind of around. It's just a small room pretty much completely encased in carved out wood at this point. This is they're literally just carving straight through the tree up here, so it's a cave of wood. And there is Ozen in her regular attire, but she is pretty much just collapsed down on the bed, completely unmoving.
Oh, fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Hey, Ozen, you alright?
I have to say that of all the states I've been in for probably 60 years now, this is probably me at my most vulnerable. Maruk has kind of informed me of what's going on, but apparently something is stopping the effects of artifacts right now, and I rely on them to move around. Without them, I pretty much just am a god. I don't even know what. There is no established age for her, but she's over 80. I'm 80 plus. So, not exactly the frightening Ozen that you guys might be used to.
Don't worry, Ozen. Tom's still so scared of you. Right, Tom?
I'll never stop being scared of you, Ozen. That makes you feel better, right?
I feel like it would, actually.
She tries to sit up more, but you can tell she's clearly having trouble literally just moving at all, let alone standing and walking. But just the simple act of shifting around bed, you can tell is causing her an insane amount of pain.
Does this room have windows?
No, it is completely encased.
Okay. He will keep her eye on the door.
Gotcha. Do you guys have any gut reaction to this? Is there anything that you guys do in this situation?
He really wants to run downstairs and try something, but I don't know when she's going to try it.
I also want to run down the stairs and check out that telescope, but not yet.
One thing I should mention is that, God, I can't believe I fucking forgot about this, but if you go up 2 floors, you will be hit by the curse. So when you got to the initial landing of layer 5, you guys were hit with a second layer curse. There isn't anything immediately happening right now. So I'm not going to retroactively make you roll for it, but just know that you guys are feeling a little bit nauseous right now. You're pretty used to the second layer curse at this point. You've experienced it quite a lot, but just know that it is affecting you right now.
Not to distract us, but it's kind of a dumb idea for them to build this so vertical instead of horizontal, right? The secret camp?
Well, it is. They can only really build it out of hanging trees, so they do what they can.
Fair enough.
All right, Ozen, what's the play? I'm assuming this hasn't happened before here, has it?
I can't say that I've ever really experienced anything like this before. Something that can disable the effects of artifacts. I may have heard stuff in the past of something like that, but never quite in this magnitude. People working on artifacts to alter them and change them. Of course, they can affect their properties, but something with a large range like this, something that could disable everything in the entire camp at once. I've never seen anything like that before.
Do you think it's best we stay here, keep on guard, or do you want us to do a little bit of reconnaissance?
Believe it or not, Maruk is probably all the protection I need for now, so with Yelme and Zappo and Jiro all gone, Simred is probably still down there somewhere in the camp. I would appreciate it if you guys go at least get him and make sure that he's okay, because I have no idea what or who could be causing this, if it even is a who.
The elevator that he usually watches, is that this elevator mechanism?
They take shifts as far as who's actually manning the telescope. So the elevator mechanism, the levers to make it go up and down, those are all in the telescope rooms, because that's how they observe who's actually waiting at the elevator. So at the time, when Gil was doing his shit, Simred was just helping him out.
Okay, he just happened to be there?
Yeah.
And then follow-up question, do either the elevator or the telescope use any artifact components to function?
The telescopes, yes. The elevator is basically just a simple mechanical system, so that's actually a good question. I hadn't thought of the elevator specifically. I want to say that you could go up and manually crank it. They probably have some manual overrides on it, but the levers that are used to operate it remotely from the telescope rooms, those use some artifact shit going on.
Okay.
And I'm just telling you this outright, you don't have to make any checks, because you guys have kind of been around here for a bit, and I know especially you and Tom are curious lads that will probably know these answers by this point.
Or we could just ask Maruk, she's right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's just knowledge you can have.
All right. Are the telescopes going to be functional at all?
From what Maruk gathers, where they are sitting at currently is probably going to stay fixed, but adjusting them around is probably going to be not super functional right now. You could probably tilt them around a little bit, but the zooming and focusing and all that might be non-functional at this point.
All right. What do we want to do, guys? Do we just go look for Simrad?
I'm all for going back down through the tree and, just exploring. Seeing, clearing level by level. Making
That
sure
works.
there's no bad boys in here.
That works for me. Gil?
Sounds good. Let's just look for Simred, see what we can see while we're doing it.
Don't let your guard down, guys.
Never do.
On our way down, though, he would just like to walk over to the edge and do a quick test. She'd like to grab one of the glowstones from one of the wall lights. You said there's most of the lighting in here is from glowstones?
Yeah. So, like, every few feet or so, there is, like, a glowstone inlaid into the wall.
All right, she'll crack one of those out and she'll whip it over the edge, pretty much as far out as she can so that she can get a good line of sight on it as it falls down into the abyss. And she'd like to take a look to see if at any point while falling into the abyss, as it gets further and further away, will it light up?
God, that is crafty. Good job with that, because after it falls a few hundred feet, it gets to be pretty distant, almost out of sight, but you can tell that it lights up when it gets pretty far away from the seeker camp.
Guys, do you think Ozen could survive a fall like that?
Hold up. Are you suggesting we just yeet Ozen?
In her prime, do you think she could have?
Okay. But does she look prime to you?
I'm just saying she would be prime halfway through the fall.
I will say with one caveat that it didn't immediately like come on like a fucking light bulb. It does like come back in, gradually over. It was only like a few seconds that like came in, almost like the range of whatever is causing this has a little bit of a fuzzy edge. You know what I mean? It's definitely glowing full brightness before it goes completely out of sight.
All right, well, we'll make a mental note of that, guys.
Just imagining you fucking yeeting Ozen out off the fucking top and hoping that she's full strength before she hits the fucking ground.
Out of character, though, like, if she did get back to full strength, with all of those pins, she could probably just land on her feet and be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine Ahi pulling out, like, a fucking Blue's Clues notebook and writing, Ozen survive fall, ?
I mean, you guys pretty much...
PBD.
You guys pretty much know at this point that Ozen is immune to fall damage, considering what happened with the bandit camp. If you remember, she got yeeted into the fucking moon when she stepped through the...
I am not immune to Ozen damage.
That is very true.
You know what? Actually, Ahi is going to just take a quick moment to peek back up into Ozen's private room and give her that information and Maruk that information just so that they're abreast of the situation as well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they do appreciate that. Do you specifically mention the possibility of throwing her off the edge to get her powers back?
I will put it in terms of her jumping off the edge and then and then landing safely.
Meanwhile, I am squinting at her skeptically from behind, like.
She appreciates the thought process but prefers to try other methods first.
Just saying, worst case scenario. All right, let's go find Simred.
Yeah. Obviously Maruk is staying behind just in case for Ozen. But yeah, you guys are off down to the rest of the camp.
Hey, when we hop down, y'all just want to take a peek over at the elevator, see if anything's going on over there?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We do that.
When you guys look at the elevator, it is in the up position.
Shit, I guess we should have figured out if it was there earlier.
It's just so you like you guys would know this, but the elevator's pretty much always kept in the up position, like when it's in storage. But yeah,
and the up position puts it by floor 4, correct? You said
yes, yeah. That little branch that sticks out of the bottom, that is like the outside landing that goes to like where the elevator goes to.
But it's generally controlled from floor 1.
Yes, yeah. The mechanisms, like the levers and stuff, are controlled from floor 1. The actual like gearing and chains and shit is on the elevator mechanism of floor 5.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
All right, where to?
I mean, I still want to check out the telescope, but we should probably clear each room as we go. So, stairs?
Sounds good.
While we're on this floor, should we check out that artifact room again just to make sure? It seems to be where the most valuable shit would be, right?
Yeah, if I was gonna do damage, I'd probably beeline it for the artifact room, so yeah, that feels right. Let's go check that out.
Gotcha. You guys go down and basically round that corner, take two rights, and don't see anything out of the ordinary, but you are in the artifact processing room again. What exactly are you looking for?
Unusualness.
Yeah, fucking suspect individuals.
Something
Just making sure, like,
strange
yeah,
in my
we don't know
neighborhood.
what's here, so just looking for creatures, people, anyone that is a threat to the camp.
Gotcha. If you were just going by clearing rooms, your characters would have good knowledge of what all of these rooms typically look like. So if anything was, out of place from usual, you definitely would be able to see it. You wouldn't even need to, roll notice for that unless it's something really subtle. But you guys are confident here that there is nothing out of the ordinary.
All right, where should we check next?
Down.
Head down, just methodically check each room.
Go. Are you checking any other rooms in the fourth floor?
We're checking every room, right? On every floor, correct?
Yeah, that'd be smartest. It's not the most exciting, but it is the smartest.
Yep. If you were coming from artifact processing, I'm assuming you're going through dining, through kitchen, through food storage, peeking into plant growing, and then going downstairs. Like, that's the path you would take?
Yep,
Yes.
that sounds right.
Gotcha. Okay. When you go through the dining area, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Same thing in the kitchen. Everything seems to be in good enough order there. But when you get into food storage, you notice that one of the places where, let's just say it's like bread is normally kept. Let's say there's like a fucking bread box or something like equivalent to that. That is open, and it looks like you can see just kind of like crumbs around that area.
We got mice.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
You do know that Ozen typically has a pretty high standard for cleanliness, especially when it comes to things like food scraps, because of the abyssal creatures that would, the abyssal fucking mice that will go around and
All
gnaw through
right.
everything.
So it's crumbs, but it's not mice.
Yeah, but I'm saying that just because, typically this place is pretty mice-free, if that makes sense. Or just, creature-free.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I investigate those crumbs.
Yes.
No, just kidding.
No, don't just kidding. You're our animal person.
No,
do the damn thing.
I assume it's just a person eating our crumbs. Do I have All right.
Come on, do an investigate.
All right. Let me click
Look
my
at
way
the
into
thing,
it.
goggle boy.
Oh, I ogle and goggle so good.
Woo!
A 1!
Ooh. My goggles are not working. I'm nothing without the goggles.
With that roll, actually, so to help improve that, obviously, Ahi and Gil, you would probably be looking at the same thing. Is there anything that you guys would do, that you can think of, other than just, looking around that would contribute to this?
I guess just helpfully holding up lights to make it easier for Tom to look.
Mm-hmm.
I assume
Why don't you try
Ahi...
looking without your dumbass broken goggles?
Never. I assume Ahi has spent some time in the kitchen, just based on she's a hungry girl, and knows the difference between, mice crumbs and people crumbs.
Also, she lives in filth.
Also, yes. Being a disgusting little orphan.
Damn, alright.
Jesus.
Whoa. She's a disgusting tall orphan now that she's had that fruit.
Sorry, disgusting big orphan.
So, with that help, you don't really notice anything too specific, but You do notice that on the floor, like there were crumbs around like the bread box and stuff, and it was like on a shelf. You can actually see like the end of one of the like rolls that looks like it was being eaten. It was kind of like slightly like almost like it had been dropped and it like bounced underneath the shelf like an inch or two, so it wasn't immediately obvious. But when you look at that roll, it definitely doesn't look like the thing that was biting into it was like a tiny animal or anything like that, like a small creature. It definitely looked like something medium-sized, if you will, from a D&D perspective.
So it's a person, exactly like we thought.
I mean, medium-sized definitely does not mean person, but you can
Or
take
a
that
big
how
rat.
you want it.
Big rat to small giant. All right.
You know those small giants? We usually just call them people. Jeez.
Hey, you look at Shaquille O'Neal and tell me he's not a small giant.
Oh
No,
boy.
he's just a regular giant.
All right, shall we continue our voyage?
Yeah, let's hit up plant growing and then go downstairs.
So excited for plant growing.
So you go into plant growing, and that also seems pretty much completely normal. And just for context of what this room would be, it's basically just like growing vegetables and shit like that. There's a bunch of windows in this room that go to the outside, and I want to say that this is kind of facing somewhat towards the center of the abyss where more light comes in. So this is like one of the better spots to grow plants, hence why it's here.
Okay, downward.
Cool. You guys go down the stairs. That like little pitter patter that you heard before, little click clack, you don't hear that anymore. But you go down the stairs and you're now at the landing of like where the records and laundry are. So you can either explore the rest of this floor or immediately go downstairs.
Floor by floor, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it'd be smart to check out this room, seeing as it has library, records, boiler, and medical.
Otter, you said we don't hear it anymore. You're not implying that we just stopped hearing it, did you?
Oh, no, so that was in reference to when you heard it, like before you even went into
Okay.
Ozen's
I was just
place.
making sure that you didn't mean that we immediately stopped hearing it when we got
right,
to this
yeah.
floor. Okay. Yeah, you want to just explore anti-clockwise? Perhaps a zigzag, laundry, records, medical, library, boiler, bathroom?
Yeah, I like that. Stay as a group, just make our way through.
Gotcha. And just in case it's not clear, the entrances to the balcony part of it are at the bottom left and the very top. Yeah, in case you want to do like a circle around outside before you go downstairs.
Okay, yeah. We'll add that to our search.
I feel like we should let's do that first.
Do a perimeter check.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Do any of
it
these
seems
rooms
like
have
it's not-
windows we can peep in?
Doesn't seem like it's people, right? People wouldn't be just rooting around eating rolls randomly.
I
But-
know
don't
some
know.
people that would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all didn't grow up around dirty orphans,
Well, we all stop.
Yeah, I think we should together do a perimeter check. Maybe one of us stand guard at the perimeter, because I do not trust Nick Potter for a second. Who wants to stand guard at this little door?
Somebody watch the stairs and the door. The other two split up and walk around opposite sides and meet by the bathroom. And as we're walking and watching, everybody keep their whistle in their mouth, primed to go.
Just walk with a little...
Tom, why don't you stay here, keep watching the stairs, and Ahi and I will go around the sides.
Okay. I stand there with my limp Doc Ock arms and my little whistle in my mouth.
Alright, Ahi, you want clockwise or anti-clockwise?
I'm kind of a clockwise gal.
Alright, sounds good.
You guys walk around the perimeter on the balcony. This is where they like have the laundry out drying as well, which is obviously just outside of where the laundry room is. There's a number of clothes just being hung up out to dry, flowing in the breeze. Once again, nothing out of the ordinary. You guys walk all the way around and do not see anything of interest around here. It basically just all looks pretty normal. I'm guessing you're meeting up at the other entrance on the other side, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which of these rooms have windows? Do any of them?
The medical room does, laundry room does, the boiler room does, the bathroom and the library do not. The bathroom has like a venting hole that comes out, but...
Or shit smell.
Yeah, exactly, but it does not have a window per se.
All right, so Gil would definitely be looking in those as he goes around that way.
You take a peek in there, in each one of them, and once again, it's quite a bit lighter outside than it is inside. Are you taking one of the gas lanterns with you? There's only 2, remember.
Fuck.
Granted, you would know, like, where the windows are, so if you want to give the person that is going to be by the windows the lantern, then go for it. Because obviously, if you go counterclockwise, there are no windows to see.
Clockwise would be no windows.
I'm sorry, clockwise, yeah.
What do you think, Ahi? Why don't you take anti-clockwise?
All right, sounds good.
Tom definitely needs a lantern if he's standing watch.
Sounds good.
Gil, you go clockwise, and since it's pretty much only the outside, I'm guessing you're just kind of like also looking over the edge and stuff like that, just kind of seeing if you see anything out of the ordinary, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You do not see anything out of the ordinary there. Ahi, you're glancing in all the windows with the lantern, right?
Yep, and over the edges. And
Yep. It is a little bit hard to see on the inside, just from the fact that, you're holding up a lantern next to a window into a dark room. You can't see super great into any of them, but you could tell if there was a person or anything large enough to be a person. If it was like mouse size, you probably would not be able to see, but like judging by the medium creature size that you have kind of deduced whatever's going on, you definitely could see something of that size, and you do not in these rooms.
but we don't know that there's not a small creature with the medium creature, or multiple small things.
That is true.
Shit.
Or multiple big things.
Oh,
You wouldn't do that to us.
do we meet up safely?
You do meet up safely.
All right. Can we see Tom's light at the... I know we can't see Tom because the hallway bends, but can we see his light waiting down there?
Yes. As you guys... are you going to immediately check in the bathroom?
Yeah, might as well just peek in the bathroom and the library on our way back down the middle hallway.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there.
You guys open the door, and you see Simrad sitting there on the fucking shitter. And he says, "Oh, hey, what the hell, guys? Why you just... Don't you know how to fucking knock?
Simran, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm taking a shit. Close... What? Come on.
You shitting in the dark?
I was wondering about... Well, I was showering before, but I had to shit, and I gotta say, I've been having some rumblings in the tummy. What? Can you, like, close the door? I'm having my private time here."
No, the door stays open. Simret, we are in full emergency mode. Ozen is in danger.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what does that mean?
Look around you. No artifacts work.
Look around.
What do you mean no artifacts work?
Is this bathroom always pitch black?
Well, no, but, like, the only thing he has to go off of is that the glowstones have turned off, which isn't immediately enough to...
I know artifacts work. We mean that no artifacts work.
Wait, is that why I know the glowstones went out, but no artifacts work?
I will repeat this one final time. No artifacts work.
Oh, God. Oh,
Slap him.
He tries to flush the toilet and nothing happens. He goes, "Oh, no."
Is the toilet an artifact?
No, I'm kidding. No, the toilet is purely mechanical. Just so you guys know, but how they get their water is that there's a stream that they have that pretty much flows from the ceiling that kind of goes down the trunk of the tree, and they have like a water system that they split off, and it just goes to separate ways.
Oh,
and just
no.
float.
That means that all their shit just slides down the side of the tree all the way down to the trunk.
There is an expulsion area, yes, but it is out of the side, and it's windy around here pretty much always, and it has a pretty consistent breeze. And they have
Horrible
it.
thing to say.
So this shit just aerosolizes and flies through the air everywhere in the abyss.
Yeah, well, it's away from the camp. They did that specifically. You can imagine. Actually, yeah, this makes sense. The plant growing is kind of towards the center of the abyss. Like, I would imagine that the center is kind of just to the left of these pictures, and then so there's usually constant breeze kind of coming from that general direction. So you can imagine that the wind is always kind of blowing to the right. So the shit goes to the right, away from the camp.
All right, now that we know that, Simmer, come with us. We got to sweep. We've already taken care of the 4th and 3rd floors. We're trying to sweep all the way down to the bottom, then get back up to Ozen, see what we can find.
Okay, all right. Let me just finish up in here.
I do not need that much of a visual.
I don't want to be walking around with any dingleberries
Can I
going on.
do an investigation to see how many squares he pulls?
You're not even
Man,
here.
you crumpled? Fold it. Jesus.
Why are you still here? Get out!
Yeah, does he crumple or fold?
I'm not.
As we step out to wait for him, Gil,
God.
you fold and then you crumple just a bit. It's the best of both worlds.
Savage.
It's the best of both worlds. Alright, are y'all gonna check out that library?
I mean, how long is it going to take him to wipe his ass? We can give him 20 seconds.
Or you could do 2 birds, 1 stone.
I guess we could poke our heads in while he's wiping.
Or just one of you.
Yep.
I'm getting lonely, okay?
I'm assuming you're shouting this down the hallway.
How many squares is he using?
Like, way too many. It was pretty wasteful.
That's bad for the plumbing.
You didn't even see me, you bastards. What are you peeking in on me?
We heard how many times the roll revolved.
Why? Why did you hear how many? What? Have your ear up against the fucking door?
We're on
Swear to
high
God.
alert. We're listening for anything.
If that bathroom had a window, Tom's face would already be peeking in, counting the rolls. The revolutions of the roll around the little thingy.
You guys are pretty fucking sick, you know that?
All right, Gil, you want to check the library and I'll check the boiler room?
I kind of need your light, so let's do it together.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you already looked in the boiler room from the outside.
Yeah, but I want to check it again.
All right, be thorough.
You guys go into the library. It seems to be completely untouched. I imagine you guys have spent a fair amount of time in here just because I think like every single time that we've like been here and there's been free time, a lot of it has been spent in the library, so you're pretty familiar with this place, but it looks completely untouched. Nothing out of the ordinary.
All right.
The boiler room, on the other hand, is probably a place that you have not been in very much. It's basically water gets piped in here and gets heated up. You can tell that it runs off of some artifact stuff. So the boiler room seems to be like mostly non-functional right now. It usually pumps just kind of hot air throughout the camp just to kind of, keep it warm because it's typically pretty cold in the second layer just in general. But yeah, it's definitely has not been long enough for like the camp itself to get super cold. But the boiler room is currently off. But there is nothing out of the ordinary in here either that you can immediately recognize.
Other than being off.
Yes.
Simrat surely is done by now.
Yeah,
Hey, buddy,
yes.
you done?
Yeah, I'm done. He opens the door and comes out and what the hell is going on?
I said it 3 times. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just not going to.
Okay.
You'll have to make sacrifices, including pinching it off.
Hey, and it's also, as soon as we figure out this mess and the artifacts work, you better remember to come back up there and flush.
That was a joke. The toilets are not artifact based. They are purely mechanical.
Disappointed in you. Backtracking on that. You got to commit to your narrative, Nick Potter.
I said that immediately afterwards.
They say a lazy writer lets coincidence get you out of trouble when it should only really get you in trouble.
You know what? That's right. It turns out that giant snake that was there before is actually there and pops out and kills you all.
It'd be a sick fight, though.
Just saying, your joking is killing my immersion.
Uh-huh. All right. He is with you right now. Where are you going from here?
Medical.
Okay, you guys walk to medical.
I wave hello.
We wave at Tom.
Yeah.
When you guys go in, it is exactly how you left it. Like, nothing in this room has been touched since you were in here last.
We keep looking.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess we head downstairs.
Wait, do we peek into records?
Yeah, we still haven't done records and laundry.
Okay, let's just say while they were doing their other shit, literally, I peeked into records and laundry.
Yep, and it is exactly how it was as before, because you checked it on the way up the first time.
Nary a paper or tidy-whitey out of place?
That is correct.
Okay. Down!
You guys go down. You get to the landing down below. There are windows here in each room and at the end of each hallway. So for the guest rooms, I can't remember how exactly it was described before in like our D&D sessions, like as far as like sharing rooms goes, because I just imagine that these guest rooms have like bunk beds and shit in them, so like it's meant for multiple raiders, not just like two, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But there are windows in each room and at the end of each hallway. Vabid, you go first.
I mean, Maruk's room makes the most sense.
Cool. Are you gonna go snooping around Maruk's room?
I have no shame. Or at least I'm curious for Maruk's room.
Simred pipes up and says, "Oh, you're just gonna look around Maruk's room? All right, that's a little bit of a violation of
We're gonna look
privacy,
around
but
your
go ahead."
room later too, you dinkus.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait!
shut
Hey,
up,
wait a
poop
minute!
boy.
Hey, wait a minute! Hold up now.
Yeah, Poopy McGee. Your turn will come.
This is just what I'm gonna be known for now, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't even know who you are.
Being weirdly possessive of taking a poo during a potential terrorist event, yes.
I didn't know. I also did that elevator stuff with Gil before. Can I be the elevator guy instead?
No, you're the poop boy. Into
Oh,
Maruk's
no.
room.
You go into Maruk's room, and it is a lovely little room. Her bed is actually tucked away in the left side, kind of like in that corner, and is like up on a ledge up there. So you actually have to like take a little stairwell to go up.
Unironically, very comfy looking.
Yes, yeah, like it's kind of like closed in where the head is. So yes, very very cozy looking. And then she's just got a desk off to the side and some drawers and stuff like that. You've never been in here before, but as far as you could tell, this just looks like a normal bedroom.
Nothing askew.
Nope.
Guys, what
Onward.
the fuck is going on here?
I still said we're gonna find our answers with the telescopes. But, I don't know, maybe I'm perseverating.
You're just really horny for these telescopes, kid.
I
Just
just
'cause your
really want
goggles
them.
are broken, you just need to see far?
I need to see. I feel blind. I'm naked.
All right, let's keep sweeping rooms. Let's check the guest rooms, I guess.
Okay. What order are you guys going in at this point?
I guess I would go to, this hallway first.
Oh, sorry. I mean, what line order? Like who's going first?
Now that it's not Ozen's room, he feels comfortable leading again.
Gotcha. Give me the exact order.
Ahi, Gil, Tom.
So Simred's bringing up the rear. Oh God! Oh no! What have I done?
Change there.
What have I done to this poor character?
You chose to have him taking a fat shit.
I
You
know.
chose this.
I know. I did. I guess that's on me. I was trying to have a little lighthearted moment in the middle of this, but oh boy.
Now it's part of his character forever.
Yeah.
Character development.
at the cost of his entire character.
Got all the fan art from our podcast fans is just gonna be Simred on the shitter.
Oh boy. Okay, so you guys go in, and you're going into guest one first?
Yeah.
As you guys round the corner, this window right here, Gil, you actually catch a little glimpse of something that is in the window. You can only make out what appears to be a silhouette, and it appears to be what looks to be like a head, but all of that kind of detail just goes away in your mind because there's one defining feature that you see in that, and it appears to be a thin purple line that is in the middle of it, but as soon as you look over that way, it's gone from the window.
Simran, how thick are these windows?
What do you mean? They're like normal window thickness.
Gil immediately runs to the window and punches it with his metal fist.
It completely shatters. He's like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? Where exactly are you looking?"
I'm just gonna stick my head out the window and look around.
You hear a faint scuttling about, but it is like above you, out of sight, almost like it's rounded out and like gone up and around.
Yeah, Gil's just gonna yell to them like, it's going up, and then he's just gonna run up the stairs. He's not even gonna wait to deliberate.
Okay,
He immediately starts sprinting too.
I'm gonna pull up my BIS communicator and say, like, "Shh, can you hear me? Shh."
Tom, you ignorant slut. Get up here.
Just to check.
It does not work.
Okay, alright. Well, I'm gonna shout, I'm gonna go down, because I have to see what's on this level.
Alright, the last thing that Ahi shouts as she rounds the corner is, don't fucking go down!
I'm gonna go down!
You just hear frustrated screaming
Can I
as
just
she
choke again?
goes higher and higher up.
I have to know. I'm going down.
It don't go down.
There's just fucking eight purple
do
helmet
go
dudes
down.
down there.
Simran says, don't worry, I'll stick with Tom. You guys go up.
Don't let him die.
Don't worry. It'll all be okay. Let's do Tom stuff first. So you and Simred get down to the telescope room, right? From what you can tell, it looks like all three doors here are open, but there doesn't seem to be anything out of place at all. It looks kind of like someone just came in here, looked around for a second, almost looking for something, and then left.
Okay, I mean, I want to do more than like a cursory glance. You want me to do like an investigation, or
Yeah, you can if you want.
just want to be real sure so I don't feel like an idiot if I just say, okay, and then leave? I got a 2!
Simrad is also helping you out with this, and he knows this place inside and out. I don't know if you have ever been into the telescope rooms before.
I would like to think I have.
Yeah, it seems like you probably would have
Yeah,
at some
I'm pretty
point.
curious. I think I'd be in here more than I'd be in, like, the laundry room.
The only thing that you can gain from this is that in the telescope one room, do have kind of like a shorter range thing there, as well as just a window that you can look out and just kind of see where the elevator goes to, like the little platform right there. So, because you don't want to use like a giant telescope just to look like right where the elevator, goes down to, that little landing down there. So you can just look at it with your fucking eyeballs. But that window is open right now, and it is generally not kept open.
Okay, so obviously that's how they got in. And there's nothing else, like, noteworthy. That's pretty much all there is to see here.
Yeah, other than that, you do not see anything out of the ordinary.
If that's all my investigating gave me, then I'm just gonna go back to try to catch up to Ahi and Gil and tell them what I found.
Fucking all that, and you're not even gonna look through the goddamn telescope?
I mean, okay, I looked through the telescope.
It looks pretty sweet. It's zoomed in pretty far, but, like, you don't really know how to control it, so...
Alright, well, we know how they got in, at least, so I'm just gonna try to catch up to the group again, because it feels bad to be separated, and I'm scared.
Cool. We'll say that they have, like a minute and a half, 2 minute head start on you, so... We'll just say that whole process took about, 2 or so minutes. So we will return to Ahi and Gil. Once we reach about 2 minutes of you guys doing stuff, that's when Simred and Tom will start making their way to you. So where do you guys go to first?
Stairs.
Just haul fucking ass up to Ozen's room.
Gotcha. So you guys haul ass. You go up first set of stairs, second set of stairs, third set of stairs, all the way up to the... the office.
Can I note that Ahi is running with a knife in her free hand?
Yes, yep, that's cool. You do, since you are sprinting up the stairs, again, you do definitely feel the curse after going up the 3 floors, so you are feeling a bit nauseous. You might be going a little bit slower than you would be in peak condition, but you're still definitely booking it. You get up to the landing. Question for you. When you came out of Ozen's office, did you close the door back up, or did you
That we'd leave that up to Maruk, I'd think.
not the
Oh, the room.
yeah, the office, not the private quarters.
I imagine we would have closed it because we're trying to like protect Ozen.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, the door is still closed.
Ahi, get up there, warn them.
At least breach the door with me.
All right.
We do that.
When you bust open that door, it's just a normal office. You don't see anything.
All right, I run up to Ozen while Gil does.
Yeah, I'm
What
gonna
does Gil do?
immediately run around to the outside. Oh wait, that's not that the open air. Is that open to the air or just open to like inside?
No, it's open to the air. That is literally outside.
Yeah, I'm just gonna immediately like run to the edge and then kind of like circle the perimeter, looking down, looking for any scuttle boys.
Gotcha. We'll say that you guys get up there in like a minute.
Oh, and as Ahi runs up, I'm gonna yell, "It's Bondred's boys!"
She will silently process that.
Gotcha. Yeah, you didn't actually say anything before just now about what it is that you saw.
Yeah, it's like I know we've dealt with Bondred's boys before, but yeah, he didn't even describe what he had seen at the window, other than a scuttly thing.
Yeah.
So, Gil, you start looking around. Once you glance over the edge, which edge are you looking at first? Keep in mind that of where it busted out of.
Yeah, it would probably be around the east side then.
Gotcha. So you'll look over that side first. We'll say that right about the time that you get to that edge, Ahi is pretty much just getting to the quarters. Let's do Ahi's thing first. Ahi, what would you do when you got there?
The second she enters the room and sees them, it's Bondred's boys.
You see them fucking dead and covered in blood. No, they're fine. They are both there and just wondering, wait, what? Bondred? What? Maruk is like very, very surprised at that, and you can see Ozen faintly in the back, just like trying to sit up, and her eyes go a little bit wide, and it's just like, why exactly would he be coming here? Would he be? I wouldn't put it out of his capability to do something like this, but
You said he's a dirty, nasty, rude boy. Now, it's time to do the thing. It's time to jump. You got to do it.
if you think that is the best option,
It's a bad option, a objectively terrible option, but I have a bad feeling that it's our best option.
the thing I'm worried about is that whatever is causing this, I'm not going to be able to return and help you out.
Well, you're not really helping us right now. No offense.
If you don't mind, I'll have Maruk carry me out. You can at least be on guard for us for now. We'll be following behind you if you want to stick with us.
I guess we'll head down to where Gil is.
Even though she has no strength left, she's still like a 7.5 foot tall person. She's definitely still very large and generally, does have a somewhat large body structure. Like, she's definitely muscular as well, but like she's still not exactly having a good day. So Maruk picks her up by the shoulder and is got her arm around her and just doing her best to like help her walk. It's kind of slow progress. Do you stay with them or do you sprint back down the stairs?
I'll stay just ahead of them.
Okay. We will return to, let's say that whole process took about, a minute. At the same time that you open the door and that scene started, Gil gets over to the right edge. And when you peer over the right edge, Gil, you see what appears to be a somewhat smaller human figure, probably around the order of 5 or so feet tall, just kind of clinging onto the side, looking down at where that smashed window was. You can only really see the top of it right now, but it looks like it has a helmet on, and you can see that distinctly glowing purple line.
Just out of like pure memory's sake, does like the build of this figure at all line up with like what Gil's last memory of what Finn looked like is?
No, not at all.
Okay, so Gil's pretty sure it's not Finn.
Yeah, it does not look like Finn. Like I said, it has kind of a smaller frame, like right around 5 or so feet, but they're still like clinging on halfway down the side of the camp and not quite looking at you at this point.
Okay, and like is like the only like part of them that I see is the head at this point?
Yeah, and their arm that's like kind of just clutching onto the side where the wood is. The arm looks a little bit strange from what you can tell, and it appears to be almost digging into the wood. Like, whoever it is definitely has some strength.
Okay, I'm going to not do anything yet, but train my harpoon on the arm.
So you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen then?
Wait, fuck.
And also, yes, that.
Shit, initially I thought, Gil had the harpoon before he... Yeah, I had the harpoon before I came to the Abyss, right? It's not an artifact.
It is an artifact. It's the thing that Finn sent to you.
Finn sent it to me, fuck.
Yep.
Alright, I mean, I guess I'll just look over the edge and... Actually, I'm going to look over the edge, keep my eye on the figure, and then I'm going to pull out the spear part of the harpoon and then just start like unspooling the wire, like manually.
Okay. Let's say it takes about like 10 seconds to completely spool it.
Yeah.
In that time, you can see the figure just kind of like looking around and just kind of observing its surroundings. And it's mostly just trying to stay what appears to be hidden at this point. And right before you finish spooling it out, it looks like it's about to move. Like it might look up at any second, but you have time to do something with your spooled out harpoon.
How far away is it?
Let's say it's so it came out on the 2nd floor. You're on the 5th floor right now. Let's say it's like halfway between the 3rd and the 4th, so it's probably like 20 to 25 feet away from you.
Okay, if I sense it's like even get the inkling it's about to move, I'm just going to manually throw the harpoon at it.
Okay. It does have an inkling to move, and it actually looks like it's about to move up. And you throw that harpoon at it, and it pretty much immediately notices it, like when it starts getting close to you, and it looks up, and you briefly catch a look at its face, and it looks like it has a covering over top of it, so you can only really see like the bottom portion, kind of like where its mouth would be. It's still kind of dark and far away, so you can't really see what it looks like, but there is still that distinguished helmet piece that has a thin purple line. And when you throw the harpoon, it jumps away and then sticks its arm out, and you can see a little like tube that seems to be attached to the underside of its forearm, and it like aims it up near you. After like a split second, a black ooze like substance rockets out forth from it and sticks to the ledge that's next to you. And then it appears like it's starting to retract, so it's almost like zipping towards you.
So I'm assuming the throne thing missed.
Yeah, it dots out of the way.
But it does look like it's zipping towards me.
Yes, yeah, it is rapidly approaching you. I'll say it's been about 30 seconds since you guys split ways, so there's probably about 30 seconds left of Ahi like coming down the stairs with those in at this point. Or that's when they start walking down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm just if I see it's coming towards me, I'm just gonna brace to try to wrestle it.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, we'll say to keep things consistent, because I think this is going to match up well. In about 30 seconds, Ahi will be at the top of the stairs walking down with Ozen, and then Simred and Tom will be on their way up the stairs. So they'll probably be getting to you around the same time. Of course, you
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, Gil wouldn't know that, but for our sake. So yeah, it starts kind of like rocketing up towards you. What exactly do you? You have your spooled out harpoon arm that's kind of like lazily hanging over the side right now.
I mean, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just like waiting I'm hoping it, I'm like, at this point, I'm like literally hoping it's like rocketing towards me, and then I'm going to try to like grab it and wrestle it. Like essentially grapple it once it gets up to the balcony.
Gotcha. It is not necessarily coming directly at you like it's trying to attack you just yet, but it is going to kind of like zip by you, but it is within range of you being able to try and grapple it. Are you going to attempt to?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me, I guess that would be physique, right?
I would most certainly hope so.
Yeah. It's a fast thing, so I was debating athletics, but I think physique still fits better. That is a 4 from Gil.
Is there a shit roll?
Yeah. Is there anything that you are using to your advantage in this situation?
Maybe I would like try to take the unspooled like rope and just kind of like whip it up towards them to try to like catch them with that if possible.
Oh yeah, that's good. Actually, with that, I think that's a good enough reason to make this happen properly. As it's about to zip by you, you have the quick reflexes to whip the harpoon wire up, and it just manages to barely catch onto one of its legs. I guess specifically when it got up to where that black goo-like substance had initially attached, it let go and like went and like sucked back up into the tube, and it was like flying past you with like great speed. But you managed to whip the harpoon rope, and it catches on its leg, and that catches it just enough for you to get your other hand. And where are you trying to grab it?
I mean, honestly, anywhere I can to try to like pin it and keep it from getting away.
Gotcha. We'll say that you managed to grab hold of the leg that got snagged with the rope.
Okay.
You can tell that while your immediate impression is that this thing is decently light, but now you have a pretty good look at it because it's pretty much right in front of you. And what you have just grabbed appears to be a metal foot from what you can tell. But like when you grab it, it like essentially just like flops over onto the ground. So now it is on the ground, and you've got it by the arm. Or by the leg, sorry. So what do you do from here?
I would immediately just try to, whatever that tube was on its arm, I'm just going to try to like crush that with my fist, like punch it as hard as I can.
Gotcha. So you try to come down on it with that fist, and it does manage to... Actually, you give me a roll as well, but this time make this athletics, because this is a battle of speed.
Oh man, that's not a good one. Oh, it's still pretty good for me.
Yeah, it. Yep. Yeah, that's still a good roll. So you get a 4 in the athletics. This thing is definitely probably faster than it is strong, from what you can tell. It does see you coming in to punch it with the fist and sees what you're going for, and it actually kind of just like puts it up to shield itself. You do manage to make contact with that device, but when you do, you punch it with your metal fist, and that metal fist shatters into dust.
Oh!
Almost like it lost all of its sweet metal abyssal properties.
That's not good.
Was the metal fist an artifact, or was it just a hunk of metal shaped like a fist?
No, it was an abyssal artifact that it was made out of abyssal material that looked like metal.
I thought it was just a metal fist. I thought I was good on that.
It's okay, we can come back.
What magic was imbued in just a hunk of metal shit? Fucking shit!
You'd be surprised. But a funny thing happens when it blocks and that metal fist shatters against it. It immediately stops what it's doing and kind of like crouches over and gets a good look at you. And it pauses for a moment. Now that you have a good look at it, now that you have a good look from the front, it seems to be a somewhat reminiscent of an older child, probably on the age, like somewhere in their teens, about 5 or so feet tall. Their entire body seems to be encased in some sort of metal, almost like it's a part of them. And they are wearing a helmet that seems to have a part of it that tilts forward, almost kind of like an old medieval knight's helmet style. And that's the part that has the thin purple line on it. And everything is being covered but their mouth. The rest of the body, like where their chest and stuff is, that is all also this kind of like robotic shape. And it says, "Are you the one they call Gil?"
I think Gil is just like cradling his new stump on his right arm, and he's like, "What the fuck? Yeah, I'm Gil. Who are you?"
"I was sent here by your son, Finn. I guess you could say I'm a messenger of sorts, but I'm sorry if I spooked you. I'm still a little bit new to this human interaction thing. He said to show you a thing on my back, and that it would all make sense from here."
I mean, Gil's just like speechless and waiting at that point.
The robot turns around, and on its back, you can actually see jutting out from the normal metal of its body seems to be a box, almost like it's a lockbox, and it is a like rolling number style, and it has 6 numbers on it that are all at 0 right now. He says, "Finn said that Gil would know what to put in here. He said before anything just to let you try and open this, and it would be better than trying to explain things myself." We'll say at this point, because I think it'd be fucking hilarious, Simred, Tom, Ahi, Maruk, and Ozen all kind of appear at the same time, both from Ozen's office doors and from the top of the stairs.
He starts sprinting at it, full bead with a knife in her hand. Leaps on top of it, stabs it in the mouth repeatedly until it's dead. No, she'll read the room. If it's just like sitting there and Gil's like tinkering with something on its back, she'll.
We'll say, but before he actually starts doing anything, that's when you guys show up.
All right. Well, she will immediately start sprinting, but surely Gil can say something in time.
Yeah, I mean, if Ahi dashes at it, I would just yell, "Ahi, stop!"
All right, crisis averted.
Tom, do you have any immediate reactions to this?
I mean, I just emerge at the top of the stairs and see Gil just kind of chatting away with a dude with a pink line face. I think I just kind of wait and see what's happening.
He will, though, physically block, I guess, draw a line between it and the edge. She'll stand there so it can't just hop off and be a nuisance.
Gotcha. Simrad actually sees this, like, the status of Maruk and Ozen, and he goes and, like, immediately gets her other shoulder and, like, helps prop her up so she's having an easier time. And the robot is looking a little bit flustered at this point, almost like it really did not intend for all this to happen and for this many people to be here. So it looks like it's a little bit on edge, but it's still kind of just standing there and glancing kind of back and forth between all of the people and Gil.
You're looking nervous there. No one's gonna hurt you, all right?
It does take a slight step back, but when you say that, it does relax just a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of tension being dropped.
If you're with Finn, I ain't gonna let nobody hurt you, I promise. But before I try to open this thing, are you doing this? Are you the reason we can't use our artifacts?
Yes, that is actually being caused by me, and I apologize for anything that might have done. It's not something that I can control right now. Finn said that as long as I entrust it to you, that it should be fine. I was hoping to try and get you alone versus with so many people, but I guess it is what it is.
These are all friends. And one little poo-poo boy, but we'll deal with him later.
At this point, it actually pulls back the visor with the purple line on it, and like the helmet is mostly wrapping around like the entire backside of its face. But when it lifts up its head, you can see that it does seem to have the face of a human, but almost kind of like a very distorted human, almost like it was, you can see like stitches and scars kind of like running all across its face, almost kind of like it was Frankenstein together.
I will like gently start to like reach my hands towards the box on his back, I guess.
He relaxes and turns towards you and like lets you do that.
As I'm like going to put the numbers in, did Finn do this to you? This body, how you are now?
Finn didn't know. He did put the box on, but once you open it, it should all become clear. I feel like he told me just to rely on that aspect of it.
All right.
I guess his words would be better than mine in this regard.
All right. Gil looks at the box, sees the 6-digit entry thing, and enters 130948.
You put those numbers in, and the box clicks open, and on the inside, you can see a note that is folded up, and on the outside of it has the words Dad written on it, and underneath that, you can see what appears to actually be attached to the body of the robot itself versus just the lockbox, which is kind of like encasing it. Seems to be a device that looks actually pretty similar to something that you guys have seen before, but it has essentially an on-off switch to it. What do you do first?
What do you mean it's similar to something we've seen before?
Yeah, can I do like a memory check?
It's going to be, for you to recognize this would probably be a stretch for your character.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to try to immediately recognize what this is, you can do a roll for it.
All right, which roll?
I assume, can I see from where I'm standing at like the top of the stairs?
I mean, yeah, you guys can get a closer look at this point if you want.
Like, I assume I can lend my knowledge from where I am, even though I'm far away.
Can we get a physical description of what it is?
From what you can tell, it looks like a small diamond-esque object that has like a faint pink light kind of like emanating from it, but it seems to be kind of like almost fused into the body of the robot at this point.
I don't remember what the thing looked like that made my arm furry. I feel like it was an egg.
That was an egg, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm still like real wary. I'm gonna be like, Gil, don't touch it.
Yeah, I can't remember. Can I do like a memory check?
Yeah, go for it.
What would that be? Lore?
Shit, let me take a quick look at the skills and I see.
I feel like that would be lore.
Memory? Willpower?
Memory
Maybe?
memory isn't really a thing. I feel like it should be lore.
Lore or willpower, I guess. Both two of my lowest skills.
Or notice or academics. I'll tell you what. Give me anything that has a +1.
I'll do
And then
it.
Yeah, as in just do a +1.
Yeah.
give him a +1 from me. I'm flipping furiously through my notes, trying to find one of my doodles that match this pink thing.
Gil, you can't recall what exactly this is. It may look very, very vaguely familiar. Yeah, it definitely doesn't really stand out.
It doesn't look like the same little thing that Tom sticks into himself to control the busybug, does he?
No.
I don't know. The pink diamond just feels really familiar, but I cannot remember why. Can I do another lore check within
No.
myself?
No.
No.
I know
Okay.
I know the answer out of character.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, I feel like Ahi will have memorized every artifact she's ever seen. Can I just go ahead and give the answer?
Yes.
That
Okay.
feels right
It's
for
the-
Ahi.
Yeah. We saw it in the shop back at town. It's the field disruptor.
The what?
The field disruptor.
Okay, saying it again does not jog my memory.
Remember that long conversation that I had?
It's in the shop
No.
notes right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just looked at the shop notes at the beginning of this session too.
What's the name of the guy that runs the actual shop?
Fucking Odie.
Odie?
Yep.
Odie.
Odie.
Okay. And it's Hogard that is the appraiser, right?
Wait, so he said
I
there's
always
a,
get them mixed up.
it's that thing
Yep.
and there's a switch next to it? Or there's a switch on it?
You can imagine that diamond is kind of like fused with a small box-like thing that kind of encases the back side of it that has a little switch on it, and then that is like molded into... It looks like it's kind of like attached to the actual body of the robot.
Gil, you just give it a twist. A twist.
Alright, hey. Y'all, I hate to do this with all this hubbub going on. Think we could get a little bit of privacy here?
As long as you go into Ozen's office where there's no escape routes.
Yeah, I trust you, Gil, but I don't trust him. You probably should go into Ozen's office.
The robot looks at you and looks like a little bit sad at that, but is still definitely like kind of tensed up.
Can I give an encouraging smile to the robot?
You can.
I do that.
You do that, and it looks a little like not sure how to accept that, but it does do like kind of like a weird smile back.
I will take that.
Hey kid, like I said, you're with Finn. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, alright? Ozen, can I use your office real quick?
Feel free to, Gil. This is quite the curious thing that has come up, and I'm interested to see the outcome.
Alright, I'll stand up and just like reach my hand down to the kid and I guess lead him up there.
He walks with it to the door. Do you not touch the on-off switch yet?
Not yet.
Okay, yep, gotcha.
He waits by the door and has her stabbing hands ready.
You know that scene, in like the beginning of Spider-Man where he's got the cafeteria tray on his web and he tries to leave the cafeteria and it hits up against the door? That happens with Phil's harpoon, or Gil's harpoon, as he closes the door.
Call
Goes into
yourself
Ozen's
Phil.
office. Fucking Phil.
Fucking Phil! Cool. Alright, you now have the privacy with this robot that you have requested.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as soon as we go in, we'll... At first, I'm gonna thank him. Like, I don't know what it took to come here and do this, or I know it was probably felt dangerous, but thank you for, I guess, being a friend to Finn.
I guess you could call me that. If anything, he was more a friend to me.
That sounds like him. And then I'll flip the switch on the thing.
Keep in mind there is the letter with Dad on the outside of it.
Oh, I didn't know there was a letter. I thought it was just Dad and then this device.
What? No. Like, inside the lockbox was a letter, and on the outside of it had Dad written on it. Like, on the outside of the folded up letter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll read
That's what he meant by... I'll just let him explain it.
Oh, okay. I'll flip the switch anyway.
Okay, so you get your privacy and then flip the switch?
Yeah.
Okay. When you flip the switch, everyone else, you see Gil go into the room, close the door, has his privacy, and a few moments later, all of a sudden you see Ozen kind of snap back to attention, and it looks like she convulses wildly for a second, and then she starts standing on her own 2 feet again, and all of your artifacts start working again. So I'm not sure if you were wearing your helmets at the time with the glowstones, but if so, then they start glowing again, and so on and so forth. Do you guys have any immediate reaction to that? Because as of right now, Gil has just gone into this alone space, and all of a sudden, all the artifacts have turned back on.
He puts her knife away, and then pulls out the Blade of Agony now that it's working.
I think I would like to move to the door and see if it's locked.
Did you lock it?
No, I just closed it.
Okay.
Did you hear somebody test the door? Hey,
I mean,
we really need some privacy. Like 30 seconds later, click, 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 click.
Gil wouldn't be paying attention to that.
Like, all of a sudden my glowstone and all my shit is working. I'm just gonna, like, pop into this room real quick, because that is real suspicious. I would just, like, if I can, just, like, stand just inside the door, just to make sure Gil's not being murdered.
Another thing on the outside that happens on the inside of the office, Gil, when you switch off that flip switch, one thing that you notice is that the thin purple line that was kind of faintly, just barely glowing before, it now, like, lights up in full brightness, just pretty much exactly to the same level as the line that you saw on the face of Bondrewd way back when, up on the surface.
Gotcha. Is my fist just donezo, or does it, like, reassemble?
Oh, no, that fist is gone.
Oh, my ass. All right, well, whatever happens, happens. I guess with the newly reinstated light of the glowstones in the room, I will read the letter.
Gotcha. All right. I'm going to DM this to you. You can read it first if you want, and then share it with people.
I'll read it out loud just for the sake of the narrative, but y'all aren't really hearing this.
Hey, Dad. Glad to see that you remember the day I left.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it's not actually. Hey, Dad. Glad to see that you remember the day I left. Although I can't imagine you forgetting it anytime soon. I don't have much time to write this, but I'll fill you in as best as I can. In short, I'm doing fine and don't need immediate rescuing, so don't do anything rash that you aren't prepared for. One reason I left was so I wouldn't be as reliant on the family, right? That said, a little help is always appreciated. I'm sure you're wondering what this little robot is exactly and why it's seeking you out. Hopefully it didn't frighten you too much. The robot doesn't actually have a name as of yet, or isn't exactly a boy or a girl, but more the product of some crazy experiments performed by the white-whistled Bondrewd. The robot has a mental prowess roughly similar to that of a teenager, but no memories predating its creation. Essentially, it's just doing what I've told it to because it likes me. I guess I'm just a likable guy. Long story short, Bondrewd is doing everything he can to tackle the abyss and delve freely without having to worry about the curse or dangerous creatures. This robot is the culmination of all that desire. He had a run-in with another robot several years ago that was unaffected by the curse and essentially indestructible. He spent this time trying to replicate the other robot, and this is the result. When I found out he was using live people, children no less, to try and create it, I can no longer stand for his twisted goal. You may be wondering what creating this robot will do to help him explore. Well, he has a pretty frightening power due to an artifact that's in his control. Basically, he can possess anyone that comes in close contact with it. I'm not sure the exact details, but basically he can transfer his consciousness between living beings as long as they're in range of the artifact, hence why this robot was created. The robot is completely unaffected by the curse and has naturally insane strength and durability. If he could transfer himself into it, there would be nothing stopping him from exploring the abyss freely. Knowing him, it could lead to a lot of troubles for all the other raiders. He could take complete control of the abyss, and I imagine he would strive to. This absolutely cannot happen, so before Bondrewd could do it, I set about trying to come up with something to counter him. Not long after, we were ambushed by a group of raiders from the surface, which got him concerned as he was approaching the final stages of the robot's construction. He ended up going to the surface to personally oversee the final shipment of the supplies, and in the process apparently ran into you. No idea why he actually told me about his encounter with you, but he does seem to have a sense of duty, and while frequently brushing past the truth, he will never far outright lie. After I heard that, I made the decision to get the robot as far away as possible from here. After all this time, I still trust you over anyone else to do the right thing. Honestly, I'm not sure what the best move is regarding the robot if it gets away from here. I can't imagine taking it to the surface is a good idea based on its appearance, and I really don't think the CRG will make the best call considering how many members there are. I've told the robot to have faith in you and the people you trust. Speaking of which, I imagine Ozen will be having a bad time if she's near you considering the special device I installed. I have to say I'm pretty proud of this one, especially considering I managed to keep it a secret from Bondrewd, at least I assume. He had tasked me with some research methods to avoid the curse using an artifact he purchased that had recently made it to the surface called the Field Disruptor. Unfortunately, there was no way I could make it last longer than a minute, which doesn't really work for delving into the 5th layer. 6th layer?
The 6th layer, yeah.
Fucking Roman numerals.
I know.
However, I was able to alter it, so instead of negating the curse, it now negates all special artifact properties within a 100-meter radius. 300 feet for you inferior failure units. And runs purely off of the robot's power source, so it's essentially infinite. I was able to install it on the back of the robot and then conceal it with the lock you opened. It's a special lock Bondrewd uses, so I imagine it'd be pretty tough to crack, so I trust this note has actually made it to your hands. If anyone else is reading this, I guess I have to praise your lock-picking prowess, and I hope you have good intentions. In any case, you can turn off the effect of the disruptor using the knob you see on the device itself. Keep in mind that some of the equipment the robot has is currently disabled due to the disruptor's effects, and they aren't super familiar with them, so be careful. If anything, I hope you can keep the robot safe. I imagine Bondrewd will send out searches for it, but to limit that, I'm asking the robot to make a bit of a show before it escapes, demonstrating the disruptor's effect. This should make him hesitant to send out search parties, considering they wouldn't have their artifacts if they decided to fight it. Can't imagine anyone would restrain the robot with artifact help. Haha. Also, the last thing I want is for the groups of fully armed raiders searching for the robot, and you to get in the crossfire. See, I still care. I'm running out of time, but a few key notes before I go. The robot gets energy from ingesting any matter as it converts it at the molecular level into energy, so it needs very little to keep going. While it can ingest anything, it apparently has taste buds, so treat it to some good food if you can. Also, sorry for not writing for so long. Because of Bondrewd's power, you can kind of see whatever I'm doing at any time. I'm only able to write this now as I have the robot and disruptor activated next to me, so I should be good for now. Hopefully I can spin this in a way where Bondrewd doesn't suspect me, but no idea where things will go from there. Just know that whatever happens, I still love all you guys. No matter how much I said sailing wasn't enough for me, I was planning on visiting in person before I got stuck down here. Hopefully I'll be seeing you soon. Also, if Ozen is there and the disruptor is still activated, give her a flick to the forehead. Tell her it's from me and I was finally able to get her back just like I promised. Gotta go. Stay safe and try not to lose another hand. Finn. I think after reading that, Gil just kind of like drops to one knee and like puts an arm around like the robot to steady himself and just like clutches the note to his chest and starts crying.
Aw. The robot doesn't really know how to handle this, so like it kind of just like stands there awkwardly and tries to like pat you on the back, but is kind of unsure about itself.
All right. After a bit, he'll like get up, kind of brush himself off. I guess reach his hand out to the robot and say, I guess you're with me, little buddy, for at least a while.
It would seem that way. Finn kind of told me to stick around around the seeker camp and look out for some older gentleman with the leathery skin and missing his right hand. I came around and started observing for a little bit. But you had what appeared to be a hand before. As soon as that broke, I kind of assumed it was you. I'm sorry if I looked to be hostile before that. was mainly just trying to stay out of sight and be observant and wait for you to show up. Finn said that Bondru told him that you guys were going in and out of the secret camp, so he told me just to kind of sit and wait and see if you guys were ever going to come through.
Well, he did hit us with the doozy with that field disruptor, but I guess he was just being careful. Wish there was some way to send something back to him, but I guess can't really send you back down there. It would kind of defeat the whole purpose. Let's go back outside. I guess introduce you to those I trust, as Finn put it.
Hopefully they will not be too angry with the whole field disruptor thing. Sorry about that. I was trying to keep my distance initially, but it does have a pretty big range on it, and I had to get a closer in look.
Hey, I mean, that thing seems like it could come in handy down the road, so don't write yourself off, little fella.
He just walks with you. I guess I should say it, because getting into more descriptors, like, the face of it does seem to be an amalgamation of just, like, random pieces. One thing I cannot believe I forgot to mention before, a descriptor, is that it has a tail similar to Bondrude's, but it kind of keeps it, like, up, like, tucked up a little bit, so it's kind of, like, out of the way, but yeah, it like uses that to get around a little bit as well. He wasn't using it immediately then, but it does have the Bondrude-esque tail on top of everything.
That thing looks like it comes in handy from now and then, doesn't it?
Yeah, have you ever seen My Hero Academia? That one kid who only has a tail and that's his only special quality? It's actually
Hey, he's really good at martial arts, okay? Don't write him off.
Yeah, he has a tail, and he's good at karate.
Yeah, tails are pretty cool.
Yeah, haven't you seen Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh, God.
All right, yeah, I guess we come back out. We run into Tom standing inside the door.
Yeah, how long were you standing there, like, watching him reading that letter?
I mean, however long it took for me to notice, hey, all of a sudden, once this door closed, our glowstones are working.
So you're just standing there as he started to openly weep?
I just, like, cracked the door, realized he was not in any, like, imminent danger, and thought, and, like, just stood there awkwardly in the doorway, like, looking, like, at the ceiling and at the ground, trying not to be obtrusive.
So apparently, as soon as you start walking towards the door, you see a very awkward-looking Tom standing there.
Looking up at the ceiling, trying not to make eye contact.
I guess John and Don never taught you what the word privacy means.
Well, the glowstone suddenly started working. I thought you were in danger, and then I opened the door and you were reading a letter, and I don't know. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay, little fella. I know you're just watching out for me. And it's good news, at least. Kinda. In the grand scheme of things. Why don't we come outside and talk to everyone?
So you trust this robot guy?
Yeah, I do. Finn trusts him, so do I.
I'll stick my hand out to shake his hand.
He looks at your hand and doesn't really seem to understand what you're doing.
I'll do the whole, okay, I take your hand and we shake and it's okay. The classic, this is good thing.
Oh boy.
Boy.
The thing we've seen in all animes.
Oh, God. Well, it is definitely a metal hand that is somewhat similar to like what you would see from Reg, but it doesn't have like the jewel that is in his palm. I guess I should go over some specific descriptors, but I don't know, like, because like out of character you would know what they are, but in character you wouldn't. So
yeah,
like
we wouldn't know, because like it specifically said in the letter, like once I turn up the disruptor, there's things he can do, but we wouldn't know.
Yes,
any of that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm wondering on holding off of some of the descriptors.
Yeah, hold it off.
But okay, yeah.
Well, does he have a hand?
He does have regular hands.
Okay, I shake a hand.
Yes, you have taught him how to shake a hand.
And I say, do you have a name that you prefer?
I don't actually have a name at this point. I did hang out with Finn for a little bit, and he was nice to me, but he never had time enough to give me a name, unfortunately.
Well, we got to call you something, right? Let's see.
Ahi Jr.
Not quite. You're not there.
Bubble?
I mean,
What do you mean? The door's open. I'm right there.
no, we haven't come out yet. We're still standing inside with Tom.
Oh, I guess
Yeah,
the door is closed.
Yeah, the door's still closed. The thin line is connecting with the fat
You're
line.
so right. You're so right.
And your Finn's little buddy. I guess Flipper's a little bit too, not the best. How about we call you Flip?
I mean, if you think that's fitting, then that Flip's fine with me.
Hey, we'll try it out a bit. If you don't like it, we can change it to something else.
I vote for Flip for now.
What's your name, the person who just held my hand?
My name is Tom.
It is nice to meet you, too.
If you're a friend of Gil's, you're a friend of mine. And then I'll open the door to reveal Ahi standing right fucking there. And be like, this is my friend Ahi. She's
Are we
scary,
good, or-
but it's okay.
Wait,
No.
before Tom opens the door, is something I want to do.
I know
My
exactly what you're
hand
gonna do.
is on the handle. Wait,
Wait, Tom. Before you open that, you want to see something funny?
yes.
I'll flip the disruptor back on. Then we'll open the door and I'll walk out to Ozen and flick her on the forehead.
Yeah, when you turn it on, she collapses back into Maruk and Simred again. Yeah, you walk out, and as you walk up to them, they are looking at you quizzically, and Maruk pipes up and says, Gil, what's going on? Ozen was good for a second, and now she's not again.
I don't know, there's something weird going on, but I got a message from Finn real quick.
Ozen just looks at you somewhat quizzically.
Plunk.
But both Simred and Maruk are just aghast at each other. And funnily enough, you see a faint smile come across Ozen. She smiles very very faintly, and it's like, he always was a trickster, wasn't he?
Apparently said he was gonna get you back.
Always a bit of a prankster, that one. Whatever you did to turn it off, can you do that again, though?
Yeah,
Do it again.
hey, real quick, everybody, this is Flip.
No, Flip.
He's gonna be with us for the time being. I'm gonna flip the switch one more time, but after this, I don't want this to be something that feels like we're just using you for a tool. So I want you to tell me when you feel like this is all right, okay?
He just looks at you and nods.
All right, then I'll flip it back off.
Once again, that happens, and Ozen convulses a lot, and after a few seconds manages to stand up on her own 2 feet again. As soon as she catches her breath, she steps over and flicks you on the side of the head as well, and
You
go
die
ahead and-
instantly.
yeah. Go ahead and give me do a physique roll.
Not my best work.
Was the 4 it?
Yeah, that's including my +5.
Can I
So-
give him a +1 to be moral support? Lock eyes, do a little fist pump,
Moral support to protect them from getting fucking hit in the head by the equivalent of an anti-tank round.
a fist pump of moral support. You got this, dude.
I tell you what.
It's all right.
Yeah, Gil, it hits you. Imagine just getting hit with a baseball bat to the side of the head. Not
Totally
enough.
fine.
No, sorry.
I could kill a normal person.
Yeah. Sorry, I should rephrase that. let's say, you know the like the thin, like Nerf baseball bats. Like if someone were to wind up and hit you across the head as hard as they could with one of those,
Yeah,
that's
just
kind
think
of what it
about
feels like.
when we fought with the Nerf swords. Just get one of those really hard.
So there's definitely going to be a welt on your forehead, but due to Tom's encouragement, you managed to not fall over. At least you stand on your own.
You
2
also
feet.
smell burning toast.
I guess I deserve that.
Whatever you felt just now, I promise you, it was nothing compared to the pain of having what just happened to me.
I'll find out someday.
You can tell, like, every single time that's happened, like, Ozen is a very, very, very composed person pretty much all the time. But, like, when you turn that off, when she is, like, convulsing as, like, you know, out of character, all the pins are turning back on, you can tell that she is in an immense amount of pain. Like, probably nothing that you guys have ever experienced before. She's still taking it in stride, but, like, oh boy. Yeah, it looks pretty awful.
Okay.
Meh. She chose his life.
All right. After this, I will. It seems like Finn does really trust Ozen, based on like their interactions.
Mm-hmm.
So I will immediately invite everyone but Simred into the office and recount the letter to everyone.
Don't you dare do that. Come
Them red, more like shit
Fuck
red.
Simred.
No! Why did I have to make him a poopy boy? I was
Why
just trying to
did you?
lighten the mood a little
He could have
bit.
been just a cool dude that helped us out.
Now he's the shit guy. Oh, God.
You made this choice. Now
Oh,
live with
what?
it.
God, what an awful choice.
Was it the white shit?
White shit.
Don't you dare.
I either need a full explanation, or I need you to never say that again. It's your choice.
Have you never done a big cum where it all just comes out in one giant blob instead of like multiple
It comes out of your ass instead.
I need you to stop saying these words right now.
It's like a big cum egg, and it just goes like meow out of you.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got cum in my bummy.
Is that what the fucking pink Pokemon holds in its little weird kangaroo egg spot?
Definitely. That's Chansey's cum egg.
Chansey, that's it. It's not actually an egg, it's just cum in the shape of an egg.
That's actually canon.
That's actually where homunculi come from.
It's attached to Chansey by a fucking weird, gross umbilical cord.
And funny enough, all that cum comes from Mr. Mimes.
You know what? That's not weird. That feels right. I hate Mr. Mime.
He's just a fucking dude.
I would do war crimes against Mr. Mime and not feel an ounce of remorse. I fucking hate Mr. Mime.
Good thing the movie Detective Pikachu made Mr. Mime even grosser and weirder.
They didn't think it was possible, but by God did they do it.
They took Mr. Mime and said, hey, let's make this even worse. Let's make him even more punchable.
I don't remember a single moment of that movie. I watched it from beginning to end, and I remember nothing.
I think you've lost your youthful innocence.
I fucking what?
You don't remember fucking the guy from Godzilla going like, Snubble, help me.
No.
Snobble, snobble.
Fucking, what's his name? Ken... God, I fucking...
John?
Watanabe?
Yeah, Ken Watanabe. He's like, Snubble, help me.
Snobble, snobble.
We
It's
just
just
watched...
a pug in a pink dress.
Last night, we just watched Pokemon, the first movie. For the first... it was Morgan's first time, and we also watched the Pikachu's Vacation Store beforehand.
Wait, did you watch it with like the full like intro sequence?
Yep.
Like the Japanese version with the little girl?
Yeah, they dubbed it in English as well.
Oh shit.
The version I have has the English dub of that part too. Dude, it provides a lot of, at least a little bit of context of why tears can heal being turned to stone. Even though it was still a complete fucking Deus Ex Machina.
It's actually what that ELO song's about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it was really good. I still want Snobble to die in a house fire, but it was good.
Fucking Snobble.
Snobble.
Snobble can eat shit and die. He's just a pug in a pink dress.
Isn't that all anyone could ever want?
That's all a pug could ever want, and pugs are already just the worst thing ever.
Poor pugs. All right. Well,
I
anyway.
actually thought that the Holocaust was a little worse, but I guess we all have our own opinions.
God damn it. All right. Moving on. Fuck this shit. Where are you guys going from here? I mean, I guess it's kind of in Gil's hand at this point, as far as the letter and divulging whatever information he wants to.
He said he read the whole thing for us.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like that would keep from them in there.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm going to give Ozen a tender kiss on the forehead and tuck her back into bed.
I mean, yeah, all that information's pretty pertinent in general.
Yeah. So the question is, what are you going to do with this information?
Go back to the fucking hospital ward and
I
recover.
was going to say the same thing. I don't know. Go sleep.
finish healing.
Fucking can I do?
Oh boy. The robot. Have you for sure settled on the name Flip?
No.
Unless anyone has like a better suggestion.
I thought you were going to name it something fish related, but
Yeah, Flip is short for Flipper.
We can name
Wow.
him Sally for salmon.
Or like Sally from
well, it's fish parts.
Nightmare Before Christmas, because
I mean,
that's
like-
what they look like.
Other than gills and fins, name one part a fish has that isn't like
Scale.
I thought
Gas
about
bladder.
scale, but scale doesn't sound fun. Scale sounds kind of gross.
Yeah. No, actually, you know what? Flip is. Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Call him Baleen. This is my robot son, Blowhole.
This is my good dear friend Barnacle. He's a beneficial parasite that hangs out with us.
I thought about naming
Wait.
him like Carl, but it's pronounced like Coral.
I-
But
Coral.
I have it.
Coral.
He's our new friend. He's our chum.
Fuck.
I hate it. I hate
I
it.
like it. I want it.
No, I hate it.
No. I like chum.
No, it has to be part of a fish.
Chum is all parts of the fish.
If he's our dear good friend, chum.
I veto this immediately.
As do I, actually.
Chum.
It sounds like cum.
The robot is just like
Yeah, what's the problem?
standing there, like awkwardly, like looking back and forth as the three of you argue for the name.
Well, feel free to weigh in if you have any opinions.
This is absolutely not in character.
I'm gonna put it in my notes that I continue to call him chum.
You see, Flip, chum is what like someone calls a good friend of theirs. So when Tom calls you chum, they're just Tom's saying you're his friend.
Yeah, but also, chum is hilarious.
I'm looking. I just Googled fish anatomy.
Oh no.
The first one I saw was anal fin.
And often,
The part where the tail fin meets the body is called the peduncle. That's pretty good, right?
call him Penny.
Peduncle?
The peduncle. What about the operculum? That's the gill cover.
What if we just call him fucking cloaca? I mean, that seems to be.
Call him
Do
Chloe.
fish have cloaca?
I don't know. What do you call a fish pussy?
Pussy.
I'm gonna Google what is the fish pussy called.
God, was it a mistake to let you guys name this
Urogenital
thing?
opening.
Honestly, it was
The-
your
the
mistake
genital-
making it a male. You should
the
just let it be a girl. We could have called her Chloe from the beginning.
The genital papilla.
Jesus.
The papilla.
You can still call it a girl's name. It doesn't have a gender. It's a fucking amalgamation of like kids.
Flip is
Hey,
androgynous. It's
chum
not male or
Still
female.
works.
No, I was yelling at Morgan for that, but
Chum.
yes.
Chum.
No, it's Flip.
Chum.
I like Flip.
Gil is going to continue to call it them Flip. Tom can call them whatever he wishes. It's my boy. At least now.
And my boy.
Why'd you say it like a deaf person?
Because that's how he says it in the movie.
He doesn't.
I just watched it like on Monday. Yes, he absolutely does.
It's my boy.
Boy.
I beg to differ. But I also watched it like 5 a.m., so who knows?
God, I wonder how much I'm gonna keep of this nonsense in the actual episode.
Chinese fireball.
Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay, alright, we'll call him Flip.
You can call him Chum if you want.
I mean, I'm gonna call him Chum in casual conversation. But officially, he will be called Flip.
God, you're gonna sound like a fucking person from like the 40s.
What's up, chum?
Hey, buddy. What's up, pal? Chum?
Is there anything that you guys want to accomplish before we settle down?
I just can't stop thinking about fish parts.
Oh God, there's definitely going to be some ramifications, but I don't know if we want to step back and think about that until the next session, or you actually want to decide anything here and now.
God, I want to go resolve Ahi losing the frog legs, though.
Why would you want to do that?
Because it'd be funny.
I mean, other than checking with, Simret and Maruk, being like, hey, y'all okay?
I think at some point, Gil would be like, we need to heal up, and then maybe tell Flip to, help Simrid look at the telescopes or keep patrol or something. And then while it's just the three of them in, the medical bay, just, have an earnest conversation of, what do we do with them?
But also, did we ever find out where Zappo and Yelmi are? Did they just, disappear?
No, they're literally they were out on a supply run.
I think Zappo and Yelme are out. Fucking.
Hey.
Oh boy.
But yeah, Finn did say it's not smart to take them back up to the surface, but...
I mean, other than the surface, is there a safer place to be than this camp that we're currently in?
Yeah, but when we eventually gotta go back up, I feel bad leaving them down here while we go back up there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we have to go up immediately. I mean, we came down here to train up, get stronger, find some artifacts, so we can stay down here a bit longer.
How long has it been since we met the robot then to the conversation that we're currently having? Is it same day, or is it
Oh, yeah. I mean, I assume that this is
hours later.
Okay. I mean, is it capable of standing up like a person?
Yeah, no, except for the tail, it has the silhouette of a 5 foot tall human.
I mean, y'all see Dragon Ball Z Goku fit in just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could just, it can wear baggy pants and just tuck the tail down one leg and.
It definitely it has the silhouette of a human, but
because you said the face doesn't even look quite human, right?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like human parts,
and I'm assuming the visor is physically attached to their head.
Yes, yeah, it wraps around as attached to what would be the skull, I guess.
I mean, we could pull off taking him back to the surface, but it wouldn't be easy.
Would it be safer to leave it down? I mean, we can actually just have Ozen weigh in on this, whether she thinks it'd be better to keep it with us or keep it here under her watchful eye, I guess.
Well, let's just hang out here for a while, find out truly how convincing it is, and I don't know, what does it want?
Hey, let's say maybe them, not it. Seems kind of weird, right?
They.
Yeah.
but I mean,
That
Ozen is.
creature.
If anyone's qualified to protect him, Ozen would be the person to do the job.
Physically. She glances around a lot before she adds that qualifier, actually, just to make sure she's not being hurt. Physically, she's good at protecting it. I just don't know if she knows how to care for living things.
I mean, I think the biggest concern is Finn says he's the one that altered this field disruptor to do what it did. And he assumes he was able to keep it secret from Bondrewd, but we can't trust that to a T, right? We got to assume that there's a chance that Bondrewd knows what's going on.
So where does that leave us? What's the better? I don't know if that helps us make the choice for what's the safer decision.
If there is another one of these out there, then Ozen's not going to be able to defend anything. I got to say that was pretty disheartening seeing Ozen in that state.
From the wording of the letter, it kind of implied that there's the potential for there to be more robots, but not necessarily the potential for there to be more field disruptors, right?
Right. I mean, Finn made the field disruptor. Hold on. Out of character, I'm just like scanning through. Was there potential? Like, because like Finn made it seem like this robot was the one that he had to keep it away.
Yeah. First off, let me post this note so that everyone can see. I don't know how specific I should be with it, but the implication is that this is the main robot that was completed. Of course, that's not to say that this couldn't happen again, but it is something that definitely took a lot of time and resources.
Yeah, like the importance Finn implies in the letter would make it seem like, for now, this is the one.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
I don't know. I mean, I also agree with you. I mean, apart from physically, I don't think Ozen is the best person to be around for a, let's admit, maladjusted being such as Flip. But like Tom said, we're gonna be down here for a bit, so let's ride it out for now and see what happens, and then we can make a decision later, I guess.
I think that sounds right.
Hey, I mean, Flip might be useful to have around, having another person to watch our backs, right?
Oh yeah, without question.
You see that fucking goo? It shot this shit. It looked like venom, like from Spider-Man. It was really cool. I don't know if you saw it, but it was pretty rad.
I don't think I saw it.
You didn't, but yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you see my fist? My hand is just gone. My metal fist.
Oh
Shit.
yeah.
Oh shit!
My condolences. I can't even imagine what it would be like to lose an artifact.
I mean, I literally just thought it was like a hunk of like steel, right?
To be honest with you, Gil, I did too.
The artifact metal. Honestly, would have been more useful if it was just regular ass metal, like I thought. But nope.
We could probably just buy one in town.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I am furiously writing in my journal.
I mean, honestly,
how
I
your fist,
just
like exploded.
honestly, I'd rather just go to like a blacksmith and get one made. I mean,
Yeah, Gil, I'm pretty sure we can have a new fist made. I don't know if it'll have the same like excellent properties, but you could absolutely have a new fist made.
it's just like, I got used to the weight of it, and now I feel like when I walk, I'm gonna sway left. It's gonna be weird.
Oh, you'll be back to fisting in no time.
Oh, glad you think that, low man.
Fucking stupid.
I can't wait to see you fisting again. I could go further with that, but I choose not to.
I would sure
on the
like
balls.
to rest now and heal these grievous wounds that we incurred from the bag of chungus.
Yeah, we never did heal fully. Nick Potter, are you gonna let us heal?
Yes, we can do that. You can go. You guys could go to bed and heal.
Oh.
Seemed like you didn't want to let us do that.
No, you're good. I feel like, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys time to discuss that, but I feel like that could be it for now. Can I just say, I really did not know how that was gonna go. Like, I was talking just to like been about it a little bit, like kind of the setup I had, and he was convinced that if you guys managed to stumble upon Ozen, like while that was going on, that you guys were just gonna kill her and take all her pins.
What the fuck?
I was like, I don't think they're gonna do that.
Hasn't he also not listened to any episodes? So
Yeah. I mean, that was his first thought of what you guys are gonna do.
I mean, like, even listening to the first few episodes he actually listened to, what would lead him to believe we would do that?
Because you could literally become like all powerful by using the pins that she had on her.
But we're not pieces of shit.
Yeah, I know.
But here's the thing, we would have to take all of them. If we only took some, she would kick our fucking ass.
Well, no, that's the thing. You would kill her and then take the pins from her corpse
Oh.
and then put them in yourself.
Yeah, no, I don't have the guts for that. I'd rather just have her as a mentor
Yeah, what the fuck?
and have her on my side rather than dead.
Being a lawyer has made him so cynical.
Also, fucking Ian Dance, Ahi. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't even come up. I feel like now that we know what happened with the fists, you'll have an idea of what would have happened if you tried to use your razor
I made that
wire
decision
gloves.
from the very second we knew that things weren't working, because
I figured.
if artifacts weren't working, even not knowing that it had a way to like directly destroy them, like it's like spiderweb thin. If she tried to use it, like she would just risk breaking it on something.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's their fucking only artifact from her dead mom.
Yeah, if you had tried to use it on something, it most likely would have broken at least at some point. So I was wondering if that was going to happen, and if you're going to have to like fucking try and tie it back together and make it kind of work. But you were smart, so good job.
Crisis averted.
Yeah.
So you're saying your intention was to destroy the thing that was most precious to Ian's character?
But my intention was to make it a possibility. It would be up to him whether or not that actually happened.
She didn't even use the Blade of Agony for risk of losing it.
Yeah.
She's never used that shit before. But it is an artifact, and she's not going to risk losing it.
Yeah. Also, it's so funny that like Gil, you specifically said you tried to punch, with a fist, because like I made the decision from the very beginning that like that fist is made of abyssal alloy, so I was like, that'll be good, because like the
I thought it was just iron as well. I thought.
Yeah, I fully thought it was just a metal fist. Because I feel like in the store, like, you literally put in the description just a metal fist or some shit like that.
No, read the description of it. It's in your inventory. A fist made of strong but lightweight abyssal alloy.
Oh, fuck my ass.
Yep. But no, ultimately that was kind of a good thing, because while I didn't want, we'll call it flip at this point, like its intention was never to immediately attack anything. Like it was gonna like fight to like get away from stuff like that, but of course it was looking for a leathery seaman missing its right hand. So like it was gonna fight you guys to try and get away, and it could pretty easily fuck you guys up, but then you broke your fucking hand. So it was like, hey, wait a minute.
It's cool. I know, because Nick Potter's my good buddy. When we go back to the surface, in the shop, there's going to be like a fully opposable metal hand.
No, it's just in karate chop position at all times.
It's just in the shocker. Or it's in that stupid ass Dane Cook super middle finger.
God damn it.
It's the only hand position I'll ever need.
I was wondering if you would even like actually get it enough on your side to where it would like let you do that, but hey, it looks like it all worked out.
God,
Where the fuck is it right now, actually?
I really thought Marina was going to like this fist.
Hey, could you not?
Oh no.
Do they think they have a rubber one? Like something that's like a silicone? Something.
Oh, no. Oh, no.